Yeah, it's outer space, bro.
If you don't have black, you don't have contracts.
Yeah.
My strategy is to just keep winning and solidify my spot in the top 5. My report card is great. I've been winning Tattoo of the Day, Flash Challenges, and I've never been in the bottom.
If English isn't your first language like me, and you want your writing to reflect your voice, consider trying Grammarly Pro today to elevate your skills. Grammarly Pro can help translate my primary language flawlessly and does it right where I'm writing. Another pro feature that I love is their one-click rewrites. This helps me rephrase entire sentences and paragraphs because these days, less is more when it comes to your writing. Consider trying Grammarly Pro today to elevate your skills, because using Grammarly helps me to go from English as my second language to my second nature.
When you own the ultimate tool, you also own the ultimate toy. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
2 hours to go.
What's your critique? Once again, on the white.
I think if you pull it into like a peachy yellow.
Peachy yellow in there?
For the highlight, yeah.
I am not that big a fan of Gia's idea.
I think Gia bit off way more than she could chew.
I'm worried about my technical skills in this tattoo because the chest is a tricky area to tattoo. You get a lot of inflammation. The skull picks are definitely screwing me over.
1 more hour to go, everybody.
My canvas, she was really into a lot of the same stuff that I'm into, like horror stuff, but I decided to take a chance and to make this a colorful space piece.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is it. Time's up, machines down. No more ink.
It's great. I love the planet. It's perfect.
Yo, that's dope. Colors are mad bright. It's awesome, man.
Boneface's tattoo is looking really dull. I don't see any contrast at all, and it looks like there's a flying meatball across the front of it. He's a tattooer, and he shouldn't be here.
Today you had to show contrast by tattooing outer space. Team Nunez, you will serve as the jury of peers. Gian, let's start with you. I think that this tattoo is great. Having this figure in the primarily light spacesuit in front of the dark background, there's no better way to show contrast.
One of the things that's troubling with a lot of outer space tattoos is just ends up with the big areas of black that kind of don't come out that smooth. You did a very minimal space background, but you still have enough black against the outline of this white suit to give the contrast. The details, the outlining, and the creases of the suit are very precise. Nice, soft, smooth shading in all the wrinkles. Overall, man, it's super clean. You definitely hit contrast.
Thanks, guys.
Nate.
First thing about the astronaut is that he just looks a little deflated. It doesn't look like there's really somebody in that suit.
Looking for contrast but avoiding black in space, the light source that you put into the suit is really close to the background. So your front shoulder and your hand closest to us in the focal point really blends with the background right behind it. Going apples to apples with Gian, yours is much simpler. I think he gets you on his application, his texture, and his contrast.
Matt.
I don't like this thing at all. This is just like a big, weird-shaped rainbow with black at the bottom. If you busted the shape up into more of a dotted-off pattern that wasn't so stiff and rigid, it wouldn't have that feel. It doesn't at all feel like a space background.
Overall, I think it's an eye-catching design. Definitely has a lot of contrast in it. My problem with the tattoo is this moon. It's a little wobbly, and I think you definitely overdid the textures in the moon here. I don't even know if it looks like a moon.
Mike. You've hit contrast here. There is some nice areas of darkness in the space, but you've got circles, you've got different areas that are geometrically supposed to be parallel and perfect, and they're all a little rough.
That dude was weird. He just kept sitting up and moving all around, and he wouldn't sit still.
What I don't like is the way you tattooed. It doesn't have that finished look that I'm used to seeing from you. It doesn't have the polish.
This is why you don't want to phone those flash challenges in.
No, yeah.
You're gonna get a guy like this if you do.
If I get a skull pick, I'm gonna get him.
Ryan.
A lot of people hit contrast today, but I really think you hit it the best. The top 2 planets, just the contrast with the light purple, the open highlight, then the black, you really get the idea of contrast to create a shape.
I really like the black that you use, even though the rings get a little wobbly. And I think you have a lot of good tricks. Looking strong here.
Thank you.
Gia, your canvas wanted a new school design?
Yes.
How did you guys arrive at this?
I've never done space before, so I thought I was doing something that was out of the box.
I like the digital concept. The tattooing is where it's rough. A lot of the precision, the really straight, strong, clean outlining that you need to make this design work is what you're missing.
And not only do you have sketchy line work, you actually just see some of the squares aren't square, some of the lines don't line up.
Chests are hard to tattoo, and I lost some of my stencil.
Boneface. Do you feel that Gian handed you a difficult canvas?
I don't believe in the whole canvas thing because it's not an excuse. You get what you get, so I never bring up canvas.
Give me that.
Boneface, for contrast, it's a tough one. You have all these colors, but it all just looks the same tone. And this comet, it looks like a melting scoop of peach ice cream smeared across the front of the tattoo. Technically, you've got a strong tattoo. Your power is smooth, color, saturation, and application.
I wish your application was on Gia's tattoo. If it comes down to the technical side, you beat Gia, but artistically, you have a lot of holes in the game.
I don't like this tattoo. I think it looks like there's no color theory at all. There's no contrast. There's just chaos. I don't like it.
Some pretty harsh critiques from Team Nunez. How do you respond to these?
I don't feel any type of way. It's the game.
All right, Boneface. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Judges, it is time to determine who had the best tattoo of the day. Final decision.
Ryan.
My final decision is for Ryan as well. The judges have decided the best tattoo of the day goes to Ryan.
Thank you.
Today, you tattooed outer space. And based on your work, one of you will close shop. Yes, why did you vote Gia to the bottom?
Technical application. That was the main reason. We think it was a cool idea. She just didn't execute it as well as she should have.
Were you guys unanimous on that?
No. No. With Boneface's, it was artistically crippled before it even became a tattoo.
I don't think Boneface should be in this competition at all, especially after today and how he conducted himself as an artist and as a man.
I feel like people are using critiques to hide behind personal issues. When I was down here earlier, she spoke her piece down here. Fine, but I'm not gonna allow you to snowball me. I'm gonna lash back. Don't make it personal to attack
Yours
me.
was worse
And when I
than
lash
theirs.
back, that's your opinion. Everybody else voted for her, so obviously it wasn't.
His best tattoos are on par with my worst day.
She hasn't done a clean tattoo since she's been here.
That is not true.
And then you have Matt's tattoo. Haven't even touched on that yet. It's a circle with a weird shape around it in rainbow colors.
Honestly, I feel like we've all been so distracted with Bonefaces and Gia's that I kind of took Matt out of the equation because I feel like he's lacking in both departments that they are.
I knew you guys didn't want to see any more like dark, creepy kind of stuff for me. So I have been trying to push myself to show you guys I can do something different.
This is the toughest room to come in if you're not ready for everything.
Right.
You could be a new school guy or a Japanese guy or a traditional guy. That doesn't mean anything if we can only see one dimension and you're not giving us a choice.
The judges have decided, Matt, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master. Please pack your machines and close shop.
Let's go.
Artists, you have 6 hours to tattoo a galaxy in an everyday object. And your time starts now.
Come on, Team Clean, let's do it. Come on, guys, let's get this going.
Face straight first.
I think that's good.
What do you think of that placement?
Yeah, dude, it works perfect. These artists will be tested on technical application with cosmic integration.
Did you pull those references for the galaxy for me? Yeah, they're printing out right now.
This has to be a pretty smart approach to make this thing work.
Reference. Thank you, sir.
A lot of people get caught up with doing the colorful explosion in outer space rather than doing the stark black, but when you look up at the stars at night, it's black with shimmers.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
If my leg twitches, just ignore it.
All right. Okay.
I'm glad this piece went to you.
No, I swear for sure. I know what I can get done and I can't. I don't really give a shit about this galaxy. I just want to do this face. I'm gonna feel that money.
It just looks so dope coming out. This guy's really got the juice right now.
Now you got lucky on this one for sure. This is gonna be black and gray, this is gonna be color?
Okay. Pretty much everybody on my team is mad at me, and I genuinely do not care. One of the first things I was told when I started working in a tattoo shop was never trust another artist. I didn't come here to make friends. I'm here to win for myself. I'm gonna try and make you proud, Christian.
You make you proud, Chris.
4 hours left, guys.
You're just cruising through this. Look at you.
Trying. The fact that there's 4 people not even tattooing means that the chances of us either being in the bottom or going home increase that much more.
I just going and keeping like a negative galaxy. I didn't go white that much, you know what I mean?
No, I wouldn't put a ton
That's
of white
great.
there.
I need to put the galaxy within the mouth. The mouth is a certain size of a T-Rex. There's nowhere else I could put it.
Pull that spiral in a little tighter with some, yeah, you're right.
I'm getting into the liner.
Okay, yeah.
Is it enough? I don't know.
Where we at?
Wipe up here on the top of that line so I can see.
I'm gonna pull a little bit of.
See, outside of that line?
Yep.
Austin's tattooing outside of the line with his shading. He needs to fix that or he's gonna be as good as gone.
The black that's clearly gone out of the lines. What are you gonna do to fix it?
I'm not sure. Like, do you have any ideas?
You might have to do like some color bursts coming from behind the panel.
Don't get flustered. It's plenty of time. Plenty of time.
This challenge is technical application. I need to figure out how to hide the flaw in my tattoo without making it look like an afterthought.
Just smooth the blends out as much as possible.
I swear to God, if I'm in the bottom again, I'm going to lose my mind and pull out what little hair I have left.
2 more hours. 2 more hours.
Watch the brothers. Get right up in their grill. Get your face right down in there. Let them know you're looking at mine.
Yeah.
I've never tattooed a galaxy before, so I'm so nervous. Can I help you?
Nope.
Christian's definitely a snake in the grass. They've been targeting me, like, over and over again.
You know Christian can smell blood when it's in the water, dude. If it comes in here, I feel bad about telling him and sand.
He was trying to get in my head, but I'm not gonna let it work. Time won't be an issue at all today.
I don't believe so. I have a passion for tattooing. If I hit the lottery and I didn't have to work the rest of my life, I would still tattoo almost every day.
It's not about being fast, it's about being good. That's quality.
Jess, he's trying to move, but he ain't moving.
1 hour remaining, guys. 1 hour remaining.
Something's not right about this.
One of the most intimidating things is that I don't have a lot of experience with color, but then again, I don't have a lot of experience at all.
I think I would saturate that packet in there because that just looks unfinished.
I don't want these other artists in the room knowing that my inexperience affects me in any way. I have to crank this thing out.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Machine's down. Time is up. No more ink.
I love it. Thank you.
Ooh, my son TJ.
Like it?
Yes.
You want to keep it?
Yes, absolutely.
So were you guys pretty bummed out that you lost 3 tattoos yesterday?
No, my team didn't follow hard every time I got out tattooed. It happens.
Get used to it.
Today, you had to integrate a galaxy into an object, proving your technical application. Tiffer, Tony, Turk, and Amanda are safe from elimination this week, thanks to their coaches. Team Clean, you're up first. Kyle, let's start with you.
Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. For this particular challenge, this hits it. Technical application in this tattoo is pretty strong color-wise. Your blends and your transitions of the colors, the sparkles, and the little highlights that you get really make this thing come alive.
But your line work just isn't consistent. If you go from one tooth and you look 3 or 4 teeth over, it does look a little different.
You said you were gonna school me on line work, and look at how many busted lines are up there. You had 6 hours, and that's what you produced? Don't school me.
All right, Kyle, thank you. Jimmy, it's a cool illustration, for sure.
I love this tattoo. It just hits your weird bone and makes you happy.
On a technical application day, it looks very on point. The shading throughout, where it's black shading that blends to different color tones, is very nice. The light color really shows how meticulous and how purposeful the black shading is. Does it look like space to me? No. But overall, man, it came out super clean.
Austin.
First glance, this tattoo, it does have an appealing look to it. Simple approach, but your color blends, I don't think really blend. Your pink background across the top should either be a solid all the way to the line, or you should leave some sort of halo or something.
Austin, was that background deliberate, or was that because you colored outside the lines?
What I think about good tattoo artists is not that they don't make mistakes, it's that sometimes they know how to fix those mistakes and make sure that they don't destroy you.
Just the idea of putting the pink behind the panther's head makes it look like it's sore. Your flow and how you're gonna put things together is where you're stifled.
Team Christian, you're up. TJ.
I love this lady. I love the black and gray and the dark richness of this tattoo. Committing to that darkness of a portrait, you gotta really be on.
As far as the space aspect, to me, it looks more like a satellite image of like a storm system.
There's no black in the space.
Why does it have to have black? Space, I mean...
Because it looks like Category 5 just destroyed my house.
No, it doesn't. It looks like a nebula.
It doesn't have anything that has to do with space. The saving grace is the fact that she's so beautiful.
Tim.
What's up? That is space. It looks like space. It looks like a galaxy. It's amazing how once you put the black in there, you get the look of space.
But that tongue is driving me nuts. That strange square frame of space that you have going on in there, the way it cuts off the tongue, super weird. It's a swing and a miss on this one for me.
You talk so much bull all day, every day.
Chris.
I love the drawing. It's very slick, very simple. You kill it on solid color saturation. The shading in the horse, top notch.
I love your take on space. You made it consistent and illustrative.
I think this kid's just starting to realize how good he really is.
Well, whatever's happening, the trajectory you're on, keep doing that. Jess.
What's going on, guys?
Technically, you have some nice application showing the fur, but your color blends, not my favorite on the inside of the space.
Too painterly, too indecisive. It's not a conscious plan.
I went into it and I wanted it to be really loose.
You have these two negative spaces coming from the bottom. It doesn't even look painterly. It looks almost accidental.
You will not believe what you can find at Michael's this holiday. I know, right?
Angel.
It's 3 separate tattoos, 3 separate thoughts, not one cohesive drawn design.
It doesn't look like a galaxy. It looks like a tie-dye swirl.
That's not space.
Oh my God, I'm so
It's
ass.
tough because your technical application in a lot of places here is really nice.
But a weird tattoo seems like a nightmare to me.
Storm.
It is time to pick a winner.
Kyle does have a skull made out of space.
Well, if you compare these lines to Chris's lines.
Okay, but then look at Chris's space and look at this space.
I like the fact that it's illustrated to match the style of the drawing.
I gotta stick with Chris. Boom! The judges have decided the best tattoo of the day goes to Chris. That means this week, Team Christian, you will form the jury of peers and put one artist up for elimination. You can all head back to the loft. Today, you are being tested on technical application. And based on your work, one of you will be packing your machines. Christian, why did your team vote Kyle to the bottom?
We went for technical application. We felt the white was really bad. None of that's punched in. There's black shading on the right flower that comes over the line clearly.
You can say, oh, that line's
colored over the line
because that gray goes over that line a little bit. When that thing heals, that thing's gonna be solid. Chris, you even suggested I get tattoo of the day. You know?
I'm not saying a word. You being down here for me is like, okay.
It's a super solid tattoo.
It was the easiest idea.
How's it easy? I'm the only one who did the entire thing made up of a galaxy.
You literally took a line drawing and you colored it with space. That's all you did.
But he did do space.
Yeah, what the is yours, dude? You did a wolf head in some space.
Yeah, I actually tried to do integration.
Well, let's move on to your tattoo, Jess.
Please do.
The whole appearance of the outline on the entire perimeter of this tattoo, there's not a consistent spot within itself.
I didn't want it to be one perfectly clean line.
You also don't want it
show.
to be one clean mess.
Would you say that that looks more like a galaxy than Austin's?
I think Austin's, if you look at the space, I don't think it's very well thought out how it finishes because the spiral's going one way and then as soon as it hits the panther neck, it's just some going a different way.
I mean, galaxies come from infinite, so they're infinite shapes, infinite sizes. Because you haven't seen that one doesn't mean there's not one that looks like that.
I think everybody that's going to look at it is going to think that it is a galaxy.
So let me put you in a position, because both galaxies potentially.
You can't tell me the technical aspect of the outline on Jess's is good. I think the wolf is beat.
The cat face does not have as many anatomical issues as the sideways face of the wolf.
The judges have decided. Austin, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master.
You put in everything you had on every one. For that, I commend you. And you know what you got to work on. Set them up, you knock them down, everything will fall into place behind them.
Thank you.
Please pack your machines and close shop. Okay, artists, you have 6 hours to tattoo, and your time starts now.
I was nervous when she picked the subject because I knew it was going to be something totally crazy because she's definitely from another planet for sure.
Danny is one of the strongest competitors, not only on the girls' team, but in the entire competition.
I was in my mind, I think, making it more difficult than it was.
So to be able to defeat her is
wizard, yeah.
my artistic ability.
Ever since I could hold a pencil, I was
Get him, Copper.
on when I was 5, and I just never stopped.
That's your calling. You knew it was in you, bro.
Today you had to face off in a head-to-head battle. Based on your work, half of you will be up for elimination. Danny and Laura. Laura, you called out a new school alien holding a Milky Way galaxy.
I really like this illustration. This application of the shading from the line, multiple tones and shades of color from black to open skin is very, very nice. Anywhere you look throughout this head of the alien, you see the color saturation is equal throughout every tone of color, which is the main thing we're looking for today.
Let's take a look at Danny's tattoo.
The battle.
Who the fuck was that guy? Big ass shield and assault rifle. What was that?
That's Blackbeard. Contouring, you do a great job.
It's a
What?
killer tattoo. It's an incredible rendering. I'm super
Blackbeard got buffed.
having no.
Yo, why would they buff that dude?
I
Why?
love this battle. I wish this battle was.
Bro, shield op with an assault rifle. What are you talking about? That's so balanced.
In technical application, Laura looks stronger. If I just look at the head versus Danny's, it's just so clean and so meticulous. Laura's application is really stunning. Laura for the win.
The winner of the face-off is Laura. That means, Danny, you're up for elimination.
When I saw everybody else, I was like, oh, I could have done this a lot easier. Damn it. That's not who I am.
I've been obsessed with robots since I was a kid, and I do a lot of biomechanical that involves a lot of robotic structures and stuff. This is a total shoo-in for me.
Almost there with the lines. Some dots and stuff left.
All right, artists, you have 6 hours to tattoo a neo-traditional hot rod or chopper. And your time starts now.
All right, let's do this. Put the stencil on, yeah.
When you're doing hot rods and choppers, you want to make them dynamic. The only way to make something dynamic is to bump up the contrast with a lot of black and a lot of bright, solid, bold color. Without that, you're going to really have a flat tattoo and it'll be easy to pick apart.
Whatever you're doing, like perfectly still.
How was it initially? Not bad?
Oh, fine. Tattoo away.
I found something that is a close match to her bike, so I was able to do a neo-traditional rendering of it.
Kick their asses, girl.
I am.
Want to go back home and say, you know what, this chick rocked it.
My canvas loves it. It's boosting up my ego a little bit. I think I'm gonna do awesome.
Get all the tree done. I'm gonna kill this tattoo.
How you doing, man? So that's just the V engine of your bike?
time-wise, you know, and I figured let's just make the motor nice and beefy.
Yeah, mirror start that engine, you know what I mean?
As a veteran artist, my strategy is to do good, solid, clean tattoos. I've been preparing for this since season 5.
3 hours to go.
It's kind of a classic image, so I don't want to do it like 90s color.
I'm anxious. I have technical skills. I have the artistic ability. I have the talent. This pressure is like, oh, man, it's way different than what I thought.
Is it good? That's looking badass, dude.
Definitely feeling color?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
What is that? What is that little one? Right there.
Let me grab the picture.
I don't understand what this is.
That's the other side of the bike, like if you're seeing through it.
This is screwed up.
Okay.
I don't know what this is. You got these up with this.
Okay.
This is your frame.
Yep.
You have to get that pipe into there.
Okay. How the did she go from liking the drawing to now having a complete issue? This needs to go under, hun? Is what you're saying?
You already drew the outline.
No.
You can't.
I'm just asking, do you want me to straighten that out?
There's no way.
I can. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get her to stop complaining and nitpicking.
Make it good.
Make it good. If I don't finish this tattoo, I'm
Happy tattooing?
You can tell that Ashley's canvas is pissed, and I love it. Her and Alex tried to screw me over. Maybe these newbies don't understand. St. Mark is not a guy to be with.
Nice, nice. St. Martin's a whiner. Oh my goodness.
They may have been able to make me lose my footing on my first tattoo, but I'm getting comfortable again. I think they should be shaking in their boots.
Looks so sick. I love it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is it. Time is up. Machine's down. No more ink.
All right, come on over. That is badass.
I'll tell you right now, if I don't win this one by looking at these other chumps' tattoos, this rigged.
Oh my god, I absolutely love this.
St. Mark's tattoo looks like an airbrushed t-shirt. Christian's tattoo looks boring. Ashley's tattoo looks like this is just a joke. Kick rocks.
Today, Clean challenged you to tattoo symbols of speed, hot rods and choppers in neo-traditional style. Clean, let's start with you. When you said neo-traditional, this was the palette that I expected to see from the field. I like the flames, the engine is very identifiable, and I like what you did with this background.
I think that's the best art. Red, wine, blue, baby. America.
That's not American, Clean.
It's America.
That's Puerto Rican flag.
Gave him a Puerto Rican flag.
I see the discrepancies with the flag. Putting more stars in the blue area instead of one big white star would have helped you out. But no one can argue with this line work. Nobody can argue with your saturation. The details of this motor are right. It's a very slick tattoo.
Christian.
Looking at the tattoo overall, it's so readable from a distance. It's just a sticker-like quality.
From a distance, it screams contrast. The purple in the ocean goes along with the bluish in the car. That whole ground scene is cold hues, and then the sky scene is super hot. You didn't jump away from a challenge. You just gave him exactly what he wanted.
Picasso.
Great drawing. Really cool to look at. The biggest thing that I could pick out in this tattoo is that you just don't completely commit to actual dark, deep black. See how good the denim looks and all the great folds and the dynamic look to that? Just a little bit of a richer, darker, deep set tone in there in the dark areas, and then they jump off of that tank.
I feel like first time I did too much. I'm still finding my place.
The only person that's gonna beat you is gonna be you. Let it all go and just do what you do.
Ashley.
The mechanics of this motorcycle do not line up. When it's a tattoo that's gonna be on this lady's arm forever, she's gonna be hanging out with motorcycle people, they're gonna make fun of her. Everybody's gonna look at this tattoo and they're gonna make jokes about how her forks disappear into the headlight.
Well, the motorcycle expert, which she was, she could have done her job as a canvas. She was the expert. I was the artist doing my job. I don't think I should be penalized for something I don't understand.
Well, unfortunately, you get a bad reference, you get a bad canvas, you get a bad tattoo, you get a bad critique, you might go home.
Anthony.
This tattoo actually shows a lot of great contrast because it's really dark, but all the shading and all the highlights are in just the right place to highlight each angle, each crease, each pipe, each foot peg. Everything stands out. It's very clear.
Perfect example of how to make something very dark and still show off great detail. Overall, man, it's really clean quality work.
Chris. This There's not a whole lot of neo-traditional elements to this tattoo.
Strong lines. The lines hold the neo.
It's a contrast challenge, and we're missing a lot of contrast in this piece. I'm having a hard time reading that bike.
Design choices are very strange. You got one cheek wing, no wing on the other side. The way you have this motorcycle wheel disappearing into the eye of the skull, it's a hard to read tattoo. There's a lot of messy details. For a contrast challenge, you want the details to stand out strong. You missed that part of the challenge.
Megan Jean.
I'm not a fan of the drawing. The car has an awkward shape.
You just got tone. The front of the car and the side of the car all become the same tones. And your background color choice, yellow on olive skin, just doesn't speak to contrast.
Alex.
Immediately, I just look at the two wheels. They're really tiny.
Because it was a really drop car.
How far the actual wheel is recessed back underneath the fenders makes that perspective a little off.
I definitely wanted to make sure I didn't do too much detail in it. I definitely wanted to keep the whole tattoo simplified.
Looking for contrast, if you're gonna show something that's important to you, then the side that's facing you, you can color a lot lighter than the top or the side to make it really look like it's getting dimensional.
St. Mark. What was your headspace going into this?
I wanted to show a lot of line work, kept a lot of my shading really directional and quick in and out.
Not every tattoo can be done without an outline.
Got me.
We all know you can't outline. This is a pretty good nail in that coffin. The drawing is dynamic. Color versus skin contrast is always the best way to go. Put a bright color next to a black outline, next to open skin. A lot of people would have overdone this tattoo. I think going really simple with it was a smart choice.
All right, guys, we have to determine who had the best tattoo of the day.
I think Anthony is showing some really strong skills in his shading, now in his lining. The guy can do it all.
I'm leaning more towards clean on this one because when I think neo-traditional, I think bold, big, loud, bright colors, contrast. I'm going with clean.
Clean.
The judges have decided the best tattoo of the day goes to clean. Today, you were judged on contrast, and based on your work, one of you will be packing your machines. It is time to make a decision. As far as the contrast element of this challenge goes, my vote is for Chris as well.
Chris.
The judges have decided. Chris, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master.
Not everybody's built for the room. And here it's about getting comfortable and really accepting the information that's given, because if you go against the grain, it just doesn't work out.
Please pack your machines and close shop.
Gentlemen.
Today, you have 6 hours to transform your canvas into a cyborg. Remember, every hour you must switch tattoos, proving your consistency. Your time begins now.
Today we're testing consistency by doing a tag team tattoo, rotating every hour.
That's cool, buddy.
Today's tattoo is a good test of consistency because the tattooers have to make it look like one tattooer's doing it.
Just kind of like that, right?
You agree?
Yeah.
Do your outsides fat, one pass. Do your insides thin, one pass. We have a perfect plan mapped out. As long as the girls stick to it, we're gonna kill it. See these sections where the red breaks in?
Yep.
We have 3 in the front.
I'm on it. Okay, so I went down there.
Yeah, just don't do them on the rest.
I never do biomechanical, so I need to take every bit of advice Nunez gives me. He's making sure that we're as solid as possible.
Okay.
Just remember, if we don't win this thing, one of us is going home.
Damn, quit reminding us. At this point in the game, I don't want anybody else having their hand in my tattooing. I want to do what I do, and that's it. How do you want to do on these skin rips?
Skin rips. Up to you guys. Dark wash.
Team Nunez definitely has the advantage. I've already seen Nikki and Kelly work together as a team, and they do it seamlessly.
Guys, underneath some of the skin rips, I'm putting a little bit of black, okay?
Underneath. 3 of us together, all doing different styles. I mean, honestly, we got no chance.
5 hours remaining, and switch.
You're coming to Nate's, and I'm doing his arm. I just did black, gray into red. Is that too dark?
It is. I walked away and we had a game plan. I came back in. This thing's so There is no biomechanical background, and the exterior was supposed to look like metal plating. It turned into rocks. If this thing is just the skull with these broken rocks around it, these guys are gonna get torn apart.
And switch stations.
Are you good there, Ryan?
Perfect. Are you good?
I'm good.
Once again, just like any other Team Peck challenge, Gian and I are working well together, taking the lead.
You already outlined the whole medium?
No.
But Nate is just pessimistic and slow.
What's the plan?
Look what Ryan's doing, and you start doing what he's doing.
Nate has to pull his together, or Gian and I are going down with him.
Artists, time to switch.
Just keep rocking.
This is the least confident I've ever seen Nikki.
If we make back here like the source of light, this being dark makes perfect sense.
That'll be cool.
I'm gonna start doing that.
Okay.
What's done is done. I just have to keep on track and make sure that she knows she's still doing a good job. We're gonna be okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Machine's down. Time is up. No more ink.
Woo! Sorry.
Damn! Look at this thing. Dude, we killed it.
You're watching a toothbrush play Billie Eilish. But did you know that there's a YouTube Music app where you can also listen to the EDM version, the ska version, and of course, the original version. Duh. Get YouTube Music Premium.
Today you have to show consistency tattooing cyborg tattoos. Remember, you're being judged as a team. Let's see how you did.
Looking at the 3 tattoos, they all have a consistent feel. But there are a couple of differences. The one with the trigger, it looks like the smoothest of the 3. It has a much softer, powdery feel to it. That's the one that's the most open and the most readable. Your other tattoos have a lot of small, tucked away pieces that are in there. The left leg is a lot heavier, a lot blacker, and a lot deeper in your outlines, as opposed to the other leg. Those outlines, they're thin, there's a lot of wobbles.
One thing I was unsure about is like, what is ripping out? Is that supposed to be skin or plywood ripped open?
For the skin rip?
Oh, is it skin?
Yeah, what he asked us for was almost like a striped slash sort of like claw look.
I mean, it looks like he definitely did what he asked for, and sometimes that can be a little bit dangerous.
This is that type of skin rip that has that tendency to look like bark and look cracked instead of looking torn and flexible. But the way you designed it and laid it out, this is a design that can appeal to people whether they know what this imagery is or not.
Thank you.
Next up, Team Nunez.
I think it's a pretty good tattoo, but I don't see any kind of mechanical, doesn't say cyborg to me. I would also say that I don't think that the forehead matches the rest of the skull. It looks really smooth, and it doesn't have as much texture or dimension as the lower part of the face or the bottom jaw.
That was a difficult tattoo.
In all honesty, I truly believe that we gave her a good tattoo, but it might have gotten away from us.
Gotten away from you how? Because the challenge was transform your canvas into a cyborg.
That's probably what got away from us.
When we take that, you know, we can go down the route of biomech, which we definitely did.
It's a little more bio-organic. Heavy on the bio.
But I don't see even a drop of mech in this at all. Consistency from one leg to the other, I don't think the skull and the jawbone look consistent in any way. The bottom jaw looks like a totally separate thought that doesn't go along with the skull at all. From a distance, it looks like a red oil rag getting thrown down a cave.
It was the most stressful tattoo I think either of us have done here.
We have some issues. Behind the skull, we were supposed to have all that weird connective biomech tissue, but you missed doing those weird shapes that we talked about doing, and then coloring the same way you colored. That would have been fine. You would have had it. Problem is that we didn't hit the look of the metal, and we didn't hit the look of the biomech tissue behind the skull. The things we talked about got lost in translation.
What I will say in terms of consistency here, it does look like one artist did both tattoos. The line weights are consistent, shading is consistent. I do see remnants of that biomechanical style with these rock formations that are coming out, so I see that as being a consistent element there. So there are consistent elements here, and that is one of the things we're testing for. All right, Stacy and Austin, you have 6 hours to tattoo a biomechanical skull assigned by Christian. And your time starts now.
All right.
Come on.
Okay. Let's coach the out of these guys.
It's gonna be so bitchin' when it's done, bro.
Can't wait. Austin and Stacy going head-to-head is a perfect call. They have both showed weaknesses in this competition, and it should be interesting.
It's set up as fair as it can be set up.
Apples to apples.
Biomechanical, it's something so technical and so loose at the same time. You can always tell when somebody doesn't do biomechanical and is trying because it screams, I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, get a marker and mark the center line.
Well, see, I wasn't trying to put it center line, but I get where you're going. I get it.
Why would you not put it center line?
I kind of like the little wrap in the front, but hey, not what I like.
What you like got you in this spot.
You're right about that.
This could be anybody's game.
You ready?
Do it.
This really sucks right now, because no matter what, I'm losing one of my team members. But at the same time, I need to help both of them, because I need the strongest tattooer to stay in this competition.
Hair. Can you clip it so that my hair stop falling forward?
What am I doing?
Take the clip out and then clip more of my hair back.
Maybe hairdressing is a new option for you.
It's so funny, Christian, because your tattoos aren't all that.
Well, they were good enough to beat you, weren't they?
Run your mouth. That's all you do is run your mouth.
I run my machines way up better than you do.
Bull.
You're kind of kicking his ass right now. He's like talking so much to me. I haven't said anything mean to him. I'm like, you know what? I don't have to run my mouth. I'm just gonna tattoo.
What do you think?
I don't think this is how any of us expected this to go.
I didn't think he was going to be snowballed. Bottom line, our team needs a solid tattooer because we got to start taking these jackasses out of here.
2 hours to go. 2 hours left.
Stop picking it up. You got a lot of to cover.
I keep making poor choices. I should have put together a good, comprehensive color theory. But my team, they are a great resource. I'm going to use them to the best of my ability. Should I put some red in those little gaps between the teeth? Turk said that might look like a cool idea.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice to have something in there.
This is your final hour. 1 more hour.
Austin, he produces the best tattoo when someone is standing over his shoulder the whole time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Machine's down. Time is up. No more ink.
Super cool. And you get to keep it forever.
It's badass.
Definitely badass.
Yeah, it's my favorite one I've done here so far. Let's hope it's not my last.
Austin and Stacy, today you had to battle head-to-head to stay in this competition. Based on your work, one of you will be packing your machines. Let's see how you did. Austin.
I like the shape, I like the design. The details of the actual skull itself are really cool. The shape of the eyes, the nose, and the mouth that really tell the skull part of the story.
I do like the appeal of this tattoo. I like the color play quite a bit. Using the hot and cold color palette like you did was a smart play.
The biggest missed opportunity in this tattoo is putting some heavy areas of black. These deep set areas, instead of go from a light gray to the color, should go from solid black to the color to really show the dimension of these pieces taking shape. As far as the biomech part, I do wish it had more of the bio feel.
It looks very stiff. The biomechanical aspect became a beveled, hard, kind of shaped image. It doesn't have a lot of that real bio feel to it, more like alien-esque.
I went more mechanical for sure.
This tattoo has an appealing look to it at first glance. I just don't look at it as a confident tattoo and really understanding biomechanics.
Stacy. You really swung for the fences here with this design. You did try to show us some organic elements in this piece. Certainly with some of the detailing you put in the spikes, in the center of the nose, under the eye socket, with the repetitive bone pattern. It looks like there is more of an organic bio feel happening here.
It was interesting to step out of my comfort zone and definitely try something I've never even thought I would try.
For me, you do better in bio than you do in a skull. From the nose down, it just looks like somebody went with putty and just smeared this thing down, and then it's got a perfect set of veneers. It's all gnarly everywhere, and then he's got these pretty little choppers. It doesn't flow.
Just the dynamics of the skull itself are really lackluster. But you have a lot more interesting texture in your pieces. You have multiple colors, multiple tones. It does have a bony texture. It doesn't just look like a piece of metal I cut out of a jigsaw. It actually looks like a bone that grew into a shape.
You did good. You did good.
Clean. You had to put these two up for elimination. This is your team. How you feeling about this?
I mean, it sucks. Obviously, I want the best tattooer on the team. I think the tattoos both have some good qualities. Stacy's, I think, looks a little cleaner, and I didn't really help her do much. Austin's outline is a little wonky from top to bottom. Yeah, I mean, everybody chimed in way more on Austin's end to get to this point right now.
All right, guys, time to decide who's going home. I see shining moments in both, and I see deficiencies in both. I mean, I think that Stacy hit more of the biomech.
Remember that it's not a biomech challenge, it's a biomech skull challenge.
Look at Austin's. It looks like he started with the skull and added to it. The skull and Stacy's, there's things that don't make sense where they're coming from.
The judges have decided, Stacy, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master. Stacy, I have tremendous amount of respect for you and for anybody who steps into this arena, but I think that you have done amazing in terms of showing us progress.
Yeah.
So stay on that trajectory.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it.
You did good, kid.
Thanks, Coach.
Please pack your machines and close shop. You will have 6 hours to demonstrate legibility creating a schematic tattoo. Good luck.
I'm Jessa. Nice to meet you.
Let's go to my stations right over here. Today in a schematic tattoo, we're looking for the cleanest, strongest outlines with the best application to show us the construction or deconstruction of the item.
So it's schematic day, so whatever you do, the line work has to show.
These tattoos don't have anywhere to hide. If you're doing something that's a diagram, then everything has to fit.
Tattooing 8 years, and I've only ever had one other job, and so tattooing is pretty much all I know, which is trippy to think about.
All I wanted to do with this tattoo is show off my line work, and it is going the polar opposite way.
All of those tiny lines.
Yeah, a lot of detail there.
I can feel how soft this guy's skin is and how easy it will be to blow these lines out. My only option is to try to pull this off. This day sucks.
Artists, 4 hours to go.
Ooh, that's a cool piece. Thank you. When I saw everybody else, I was like, oh, I could have done this a lot easier. Damn it. That's not who I am.
I've been obsessed with robots since I was a kid, and I do a lot of biomechanical that involves a lot of robotic structures and stuff. This is a total shoo-in for me.
Almost there with the lines. Like some dots and stuff left. Oh, son of a bitch.
Every 3 dots I do blow out. Every other line I do blows out. I don't understand what's going on.
Am I sitting okay for you? Any issues?
Oh, yeah, you're sitting great. It's just like I'm a perfectionist.
This is a disaster. I am scared shitless right now.
Skin doesn't like the stencil at all. Hates it. It's trying to get rid of it on me. Older skin, you don't know what you're gonna get into. It's usually prone to blowouts. It could just split open on you. It's always thin, so I'm playing it simple. The outline's pretty much done.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't need shading.
So I guess I'm just not used to having this much time left over. Should I order a pizza? Maybe I'll mess around with it on paper and see if there's anything else that makes sense. I don't know if this thing even reads as a schematic tattoo. My best chance is to zoom in on some of the details that I already have here. Either way, I'm taking a risk here. If I do add it in and I don't pull it off, I may not finish my tattoo.
Well, I mean, you nailed it. That's cool, though.
Very cool, dude.
Thanks. We got Frank's approval.
2 hours to go. You have 2 hours remaining. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Machines down. Time is up. No more ink.
Ready? Looks like we are all done.
Awesome. Looks dope.
All right, man. We're all set. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
We're all done.
Bob drew his completely by hand, but there's like a buttload of blowouts.
Don't stress something you can't control now.
I know.
It's done. Today, you are being tested on legibility with schematic tattoos. Let's see how you did. Kelly. This is one of the most legible tattoos of the day, and I don't even really know what part of the engine this is.
My canvas was a mechanic, and he wanted an exploded piston.
Your use of light source to show the dimension and proportions of these things is a really, really nice touch. I'm really super impressed with it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Jordan.
There isn't a single part of the tattoo that isn't challenged with an outline.
If we just look at the bottom motorcycle, a lot of trouble getting those smooth, clean, round circles. There's a section of the rim where the line just, and you just miss that connection completely. Your line work has so many inconsistencies here, it is a problem.
East, you're up. Jessa.
Hi, guys.
Your whole typewriter looks really nice. Your keys look really nice. I like that. Your fonts match.
But the word typewriting machine up top gets pretty wonky.
Older typewriters, none of the keys go on the same plane.
That's what we were going
You know what I
for.
mean? I actually like that. Jimmy.
What's up?
I really like the addition of the revolver cartridge, and the A and B really sells the point of what the challenge is.
I do like that you went for it. It definitely needed it, because if you had just shown up with the tank, that would have been definitely not good.
South, you're up next. Jason.
You leave the vertebrae itself stark, and all the dark background with the gears push forward. So straight, so clean.
We always harp on creativity. This is it.
You got the big field of black, and then you got some pink. I'm not dazzled.
I mean, it's line work day. And on line work
What
day,
we're looking
you don't
for
want
today
to
is a
crowd it with a
schematic,
bunch
and what
of...
I don't see is a schematic.
So he hates it, we love it. Bob.
I love all the pieces coming apart and going different directions and showing different angles, but I lost count of blowouts on this thing, like 40-something.
I felt like I just had no control over it blowing out or not. I could go like less than a millimeter in touching the skin, and it would just blow out immediately.
Blown out or not, I would wear that thing. It's badass. Okay, artists, you have 6 hours to tattoo neon lights. And your time starts now.
Is gonna be a throne? Today we're testing the artist with neon tattoos. Not just a tube of neon, but light source tattoos.
I tried to keep it small.
All right.
I'm gonna just kind of wing my color theory.
He looks freaking dope.
Where there's light on one side, there's shadow on the other. So these artists have to grasp that and then use big, bright color to demonstrate it.
I'm excited for the colors.
Hot pink and teal
That
really
would look
complement
really
each
pretty,
other.
yeah.
If you have any problems or anything, just let me know, okay?
Let's do it.
I was concerned that the neon ball did not read enough as neon. I did have another idea of a neon light of a crystal ball, like you would see outside of a fortune teller's business or something.
Instead of it just being like glowing.
I have no idea how you tattoo something and make it look neon. It's not something that I do.
Crystal ball didn't look neon enough, so what if I just made the crystal ball into a neon sign of a crystal ball?
You know, I like the neon sign idea, you know?
Okay.
I know better than to do this, but I'm like doubting myself and changing my game plan all up.
5 hours left, guys. 5 hours remain.
Cool. All right, Queen. Here we finally go. Better late than never.
Just trying to make sure it meets the challenge. If I'm not careful, I'm gonna let the stress completely overcome me. Sometimes the bigger the ask is, the simpler you have to go.
What happened with that alliance, buddy?
I know, right?
Well, I'm glad that y'all's partnership's going good.
I just need to focus on what I do. You just gotta be Jimmy Snats. Just be Jimmy Snats.
I had a funny feeling that I would be doing some biomech.
I've never done biomech in my entire career, but the thing is, it's a light source challenge. All black and gray is light sourcing, and I think I might actually have an advantage here.
Every time I got a tattoo, I bring a general idea and the artist just takes it from there.
I think you end up getting way better art that way.
Exactly.
Thank you, Midwest, for this biomech tattoo, because it actually gave me the perfect platform to shine today. I'm on my game 100%.
3 hours to go, guys. 3 more hours.
Did you normally draw, or did you went to school?
Oh yeah, I was always into it. My mom, she's really artistic, and so she always allowed me to paint on my walls as a kid. And
oh, that's good.
She would like take photos of them, and then we'd paint over them, and I'd start again.
Start again. That's cool.
My canvas wanted so much in this tattoo. I got her to fold on some of the elements that were going to make it take way too long.
How many kids do you have?
Just one.
I've got 3 boys.
Oh wow, that's exciting.
It's exciting. It's loud.
Yes.
Something I try to always instill in my boys is you may not always be happy with what you're given, but you do your best, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now.
Cheesy, thin, and crispy. Cheez-It Snapped.
Bro, can I turn real quick? I'm sorry.
My canvas can't sit still. He's just moving around, tossing and turning.
Damn, my bad, Bob.
Are you kidding me, dude?
Told you, just get the head. It'll be done faster.
If this guy doesn't sit very well, then I'm gonna have patchy saturation in my black, and therefore it's not gonna have a very bright effect.
Just that one part hurts.
Don't lie, it's the whole tattoo that hurts.
Okay, Bob, you got me. You got me. And that is 2 hours left. 2 hours left, guys.
I thought I picked a somewhat easy one, but I put way too many bulbs on it. I'm trying to put in all of these light sources, all of these dimensions, and I don't love what's happening.
Surviving somehow. My eyes are just going crazy. I'm gonna take a break.
I am not a color artist, and I gotta pull off color in the craziest way today. The farther I get in my tattoo, the more worried I get.
Are you worried?
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't be.
In a team aspect, you're gonna gravitate to the person in the team that is right there with you. That is Jordan for me.
What are you worried about?
Just all the shit going on in it. And where to put all the reflections and...
This is definitely a tough challenge. Like, there's nothing easy about this one.
Jordan has always been there with me mentally. We push each other, so I'm kind of worried. I don't want to see Jordan in the bottom at all.
Got me worried.
So you say you only been tattooing for like 5 years?
Yeah. I was originally studying aerospace engineering, and then ended up wanting to be a pilot.
Oh, shit.
And then my cousin was dating a tattoo artist, and I kind of fell in love with it. So I switched my major from engineering to art.
I risk a lot to go into tattooing because you're not guaranteed to make money, but I wake up every day just ready to do something I love.
I used to do a lot of graffiti, so I love color.
I want to make sure that all that work goes into this tattoo.
I mean, it looks like neon.
No, it does look like neon. I mean, I've seen a lot of ups today.
That is it. Machine's down. Time is up. No more ink.
This was definitely not an easy tattoo to hit, but I'm very glad I did.
Thank you.
Yeah. Gave you a hard one and you killed it.
You did give me a hard one, for real.
Win or not, I'm proud of it.
No, this came out amazing.
Skull picks did not go how we planned. I'm not sure if it was accidental, or they just overlooked, or they didn't care.
It's a hard one.
Dude, that a neon skull with a headdress? Come on.
I just let my subconscious speak for me. Try to lead your viewer into an adventure by creating an image that may take a second to see, but a lifetime to understand.
The strange and absurd stuff, it's just an appreciation for things that are out of the norm. A lot of it comes from a dreamlike state where you're creating things that are just coming from inside of you.
The whole purpose of art is to make you feel something, how the universe works, why we're all here, what we're all made of, kind of breaking away and showing the subconscious within. Started gravitating towards surrealism in high school, seeing works by Dali and M.C. Escher, taking realistic elements and putting them in situations where maybe they wouldn't normally exist. So I bought a tattoo kit, started tattooing friends in the basement, and it kind of grew from there.
I mean, my background was carpentry and construction and doing whatever I had to do in order to help my habit of wanting to make art. I just like making weird things that look like they're out of dreams.
I was about 19 and I was in graphic design college. I just decided to learn about surrealism. Tattooing, it's the nonconformity of it. It's the fact that I can incorporate elements that are not part of our reality that we can perceive. It's really a way of making people look at an object in a second way, making people see their realities differently.
Well, I just like surrealist tattoos. You know, they're very playful. You can get way more loose and you can add different aspects to it just to see if people would get it.
The word surrealism itself is like something that people talk about today when they can't really describe something. Like that was a moment that was surreal. What is surrealism? It's just the idea of mixing together odd components, things that are going to make a dreamlike reality.
Surrealism started post-World War I. It was a movement to kind of link the subconscious with the conscious world. So trying to use writings and imagery to represent that.
People were like, we should just try new things, try to blend things that are not supposed to be together. Let's take an apple and make it levitate in the front of a man, which became this very famous painting, The Son of Man from Magritte. It's just taking things and bringing them to another perspective. Dali would take a clock, and why would it be melting? Have you ever seen a melting clock? But the reason why he came up with it was probably because he was not thinking too much. He was just going with the flow, letting ideas just flow down, and probably just paint with the brush and come up with things on the spot.
The kind of symbols that are usually associated with surrealism, it would be hands, faces, screaming faces, bricks, brick patterns, televisions. These are things that you can kind of put a twist on. Everyone wants a girl head for a tattoo. They make great tattoos, but to make it surrealist, maybe I use 2 girl heads inside of itself.
With the tattoos I'm creating, I'm trying to represent that mindset. When you enter, into like a REM sleep or that dreamlike state, those walls start to break down and your subconscious comes to the forefront.
I definitely hope that people relate to my tattoos, because I'm creating these out of my imagination. What they mean, I don't really know. But usually there's someone somewhere that can say, oh, I love that image. And then there's a communication there. So now you're communicating through images.
We don't really think when we create. It's just this part of the brain that creates right away. I just let my subconscious speak for me. Like, what would happen if gravity changes right now? What would I be doing? What if I put it into art? Maybe it'll be a way of people taking a different perspective on classic objects.
I think that color use in surrealist tattooing is important because with colors, you can evoke different feelings in people, but with the colors, that's when you don't necessarily get a psychedelic look, but you get more of a dreamy look, and you get more of these different realms of thought that people will go into because color always evokes thought.
Instead of just putting colors everywhere, I want to have like small little contained areas where there's a lot of really bright color, almost in like a rainbow spectrum, and then I'll kind of frame it out with heavy black.
What I want to bring with my colors is sort of a feeling, so I would use a lot of purples and teals together. Purple is spooky, teal is more like of a calm color. So what if I blended 2 of them? It gives sort of a feeling to the viewer, and then you add a lot of black to it. The display of those 2 colors tells a story. I tattooed some people and they start crying after the tattoo because they've rarely seen those colors work together.
I think that surrealist tattoos are going to continue to evolve and go places and be popular because people's acceptance of what a tattoo is becoming way more broad. You know, people want to see different things, and as artists are creating more tattoo flash that look different, more people want to try that out and get that tattooed.
I think the reaction I'm hoping for when people look at my tattoos is the initial wow factor, and then maybe have some memories of being somewhere that brings them to that place.
In terms of my own art, I just kind of want it to keep evolving. I want the style to keep solidifying, and that's what gets me up every morning. I'm like, I have 5 ideas that have to get done right now.
Surrealism tattooing is such a new thing. People tend to bash on it a lot. People tend to say, okay, it's not the proper way of doing things because you guys should put outlines everywhere. You guys should put this and do this and that. And we've been told what to do our whole lives. And we just don't want to be part of a movement. We want to be the movement. We want to be our own selves and just be able to create something without really having to be told what to do.
I'm gonna do something that they can just look at and know exactly.
Do you think that's gonna push your team at all? I'm doing a morph. That's what I'm gonna do. Shows a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
You can't pull off a face.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's time for them to figure it out.
What's Jeremy gonna do, man?
Add spaceships and I don't know.
What's he gonna do? He's gonna not have excuses.
Once you do your blacks, they can shit anybody want to. What do you think, bro?
It's gonna be crazy, dude.
I think my boys are gonna but oh well.
Finalists, you will each be assigned a master canvas and have a total of 35 hours to tattoo a back piece. The style and subject are completely up to you.
Oh my, it's a wrap, son.
But to win the title of Ink Master, it will not be that easy.
Oh.
You must also face off at the finale with one final 6-hour tattoo.
Oh.
Every fighter needs someone in their corner. So for this fight, you must tag team tattoo with your coach.
Oh my God, bam!
But that's not all.
Oh, no.
Why would it be, right?
Your fate isn't completely in your own hands.
Goddamn.
The opposing team will determine the style and subject that you and your coach must tattoo.
Holy.
Team Christian, what style and subject must Tony and Clean tattoo?
Black and gray, realistic, woman, and skull morph.
I don't do skull morph lady heads and black and gray realism. It's just never been my strong point. But it ain't gonna trip me up. I learn fast.
All right, the final 6-hour tag team tattoos have been set. Your master canvas tattoo and your tag team tattoo stand between you and $100,000. For the last 6 hours, the 3 finalists have been tag team tattooing with their coaches, and guess what? Their time is almost up. In fact, want to count it down with me? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time is up. Machine's down. No more ink. All right, Tony and Clean, you're first. Come on up.
This tattoo is really slick. I really like the way that you guys accent the skull, the top of the brow, where the actual eye is on the right side. It really puts a nice balance to the tattoo. The tattoo is really smoothly executed.
Not only does this look like one artist did it, it's pretty rock solid.
The detail in the eyes and the lips give it the beauty of the face. You also have enough of the skull in there to let the toughness of the skull show through without ruining the whole tattoo. This thing is smooth as ice everywhere.
Thank you very much. Tony and Tipper, the judges have decided. Tony, you have also earned a spot in the top 2. To earn the title of Ink Master, artistry is your greatest weapon.
At least we got that.
Artistry to me is the ability to take a concept that's in your mind and put it down onto paper. It's essentially an artist's fingerprint. It's what makes you unique.
And because art has no gender, your art must speak for itself.
I'm cool with that.
So today, your tattoos will be judged blind. Yeah. You'll have 6 hours to tattoo any subject in any style.
Wow.
So no excuses.
I wanted to more focus on like a girl face morphed into a skull or something like that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Machine's down. Time is up. No more ink.
We did it.
I know, right?
Go.
Y'all ready for this?
Oh, gosh.
All right, guys, today we're testing artistry. We're judging blind.
That's my favorite part of this whole thing. You don't know who did what, and this is completely as brutally honest as can be.
Hope y'all ready for a long-distance ass kicking.
Wow.
That was a bad wow.
That's cool.
Oh! Yes! Okay.
The line work here is great. Nice color palette with the purple, pink, and the blue.
Great illustration at the drawing table and a strong finish.
I think this is one of our girls based on the color palette.
There are girly colors.
Maybe Holly?
Maybe this is creepy Jason.
I don't think so.
Next tattoo, please.
Finally.
One of the things I love the most is the front teeth, how they very gradually become less and less transparent as you get closer to the mouth.
There is some nice shading in it, but that top bold line that goes across up there looks a little bit shaky.
I know whose shading this looks like.
If you say phone, I'm gonna flip out.
I'm not.
Okay, good.
Ashley's black and gray looks like this black and gray.
Good job, Ashley.
Today you're being judged on your artistry with a blind critique.
Ta-da!
There he is.
There he is.
The color palette on this, I thought one of the ladies did it.
It's a color palette I generally use for tattoos on women.
Let's move on to the next one. Fawn.
What about the line up top? Was that something that had a hiccup and you had to hit it again?
Honestly, yeah.
Other than that, man, we love the tattoo.
Today, you must tattoo an anatomical heart morph. Each canvas today wants an anatomical heart morphing into another image. You must use artistry to make the two images flow together perfectly. To win this competition, it's not enough to just be a technical tattooer. You must also have the artistry to draw appealing images. And these tattoos are a perfect test.
Morphing the heart.
Interesting.
Making two images merge together in the same tattoo is a very difficult thing. You really have to be able to make one flow seamlessly into the other. It's not something you can do unless you're able to draw.
In this elimination tattoo, each of you will be tattooing against two other artists. 3 artists must tattoo the same subject. 1 artist will win and 2 will lose.
I'm excited about this one.
Poor Duffy kind of just got stuck in the middle of 2 amazing artists going head-to-head. At this point, it's the first time Craig has ever been challenged by a real tattoo artist, and I need to put him in his place.
Coming for you, Craig.
The tattoo's looking awesome. Stoked on it.
Instead of just mashing the heart and the clock together, my goal is to make it look like the clock and heart pieces are made out of each other. I've gone head-to-head with Eric once, and I lost. This is my chance to prove I'm a better artist than him. And Tyler has been doing boring tattoos, so I have to prove that I'm here to stay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is it. Time is up. Machine's down. No more ink.
Oh, that's sick.
Today, you had to create anatomical heart morph tattoos that show your artistry. Each of you tattooed against 2 other artists, and we will directly compare your work. 1 of you will win, and 2 of you will lose. Chris, you tattooed against Craig and Duffy. Your tattoo here is amazing. You went the extra mile with adding the flames.
Technically, you obviously know what you're doing. Super smooth, super saturated. The outlines are great. The transition is really good between the grenade and the heart.
You really got the morph idea and really ran with it. The artistry here is very well done. It's a beautiful tattoo.
Thank you. Between Chris, Craig, and Duffy, we have to declare a winner. I look at these 3 tattoos, and I see incredible detail, incredible texture in Craig's tattoo. Just when I look at Chris's tattoo, it's just so night and day more dynamic.
Chris.
Chris.
Winner of this head-to-head challenge is Chris. Congratulations, man.
Hey, Buck. So when I'm fighting the last guy in sight, it'd be best for you to, get the fuck over to me and help me.
The gears are really nice. The hands are really nice. The morphing part, I was hoping to see more of, where we're seeing the texture
Yeah, you're
of
losing
one
this.
item transitioning into the other item, but it is readable.
It does look like a
Bad aim.
beautiful heart, but you did something
Bad aim.
chaotic with it that is exciting to look at. You took a big risk with the
Yeah,
design,
never
which I
play this
think
game
the
again.
other artists didn't do with their
Oh my
designs.
gosh.
You deconstructed
Never
it
touch this game
and
again.
combined it with the heart in a really cool way.
Thank you.
We have to debate a win here between Eric, Tyler, and Katie. I have to go with the one that I think is the most interesting, which is Katie's.
Katie's is by far the most dynamic.
Katie.
Winner of the head-to-head challenge is Katie. Congratulations. Matt, you tattooed against Dave and Cruzman. This lion is beautiful. I love the hair. I love the details in the whiskers, in the eyes, the textures that you got in the ventricles and the elements in the heart that are morphing out of this thing's head.
You grabbed what the challenge was and you drew something. Every part of the heart you fragmented and made it look to be a part of that lion's head. It's great. I love it.
Between Cruzman, Dave, and Matt, do we have a winner?
When you get really close and look at the details and look at the technical ability, it's clear that Matt took his time and did really smooth techniques. Go with Matt.
I'm gonna go with Matt.
I have to go with Matt.
Winner of the head-to-head challenge today is Matt. Today, we're testing finesse. For this elimination tattoo, you must step up your game and match your coach.
Oh my God.
Coaches, you must each create a line drawing that you and the artists on your team will tattoo on separate canvases at the same time, giving a true head-to-head comparison.
What?
Coaches, style and subject are completely up to you. You will have no input from your team, but your design decisions can make or break them. Artists, fail to match the master, and you will be up for elimination.
How are we gonna match our master when he's doing the drawing? He's gonna understand it, he's gonna know where to shade, he's gonna know where to put the details. You're basically coming into it blind.
You will have 6 hours to complete your tattoo. All right, guys, head to the loft while your coaches design.
They're knocked, they're knocked. You knocked him, you knocked him. This is reviving.
I'm gonna do something that they can just look at.
Nice, nice, nice.
Do you think that's gonna push your team at all? I'm doing a morph. That's what I'm gonna do. Shows a little bit of everything. You can't pull off the face. It's time for them to figure it out.
What's Jeremy gonna do, man?
Add spaceships? I don't know.
What's he gonna do? He's gonna not have excuses.
Once you do your blacks, they can shit anybody want to. What do you think, bro?
It's gonna be crazy, dude.
I think my boys are gonna but oh well.
I knew it.
You don't seem excited, bro.
Huh?
You don't seem excited.
No, yeah. Honestly, I'm ready to smack Steve right now. It's a girl's face morphed into a skull with like a little demon head off the backside. Who else knows how to do this but him? Bro, congratulations, you is here.
Just have fun, dude.
I have to tattoo this weird-ass design that Steve made, but you know what? I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna show finesse by adding my style and still making it match Steve's. I wanna make the tongue and the demon flow through the design. I wanna make the tears of the woman dripping through the whole thing. That way I could show off more of what I could do.
Roll with it.
I'm gonna fight Steve tonight.
I think you should.
This is probably the worst day that I've had this whole competition. Steve's design doesn't cater to his team at all. Is the chin supposed to connect to the skull? Like, is there no chin? Does it melt into the skull? I'm having a hard time, but I gotta stay focused, apply this tattoo well, and just hope it stacks up to what Steve does.
How they doing over there?
Good.
Totally different takes.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Machine's down. Time is up. No more ink.
I was kind of nervous, but dude,
That's dope.
Man, you come out. Good job.
Today, you had to prove that you can tattoo at the level of a master. You were being tested on finesse. Team Steve, you're up. Rolly.
You had a lot of questions to answer in this tattoo, and I would say most of them you did pretty well with. You have beautiful details in the eyes. The smooth skin shading you have in the girl, I really like it, but the demon itself, there's a couple of areas where the shading gets away from you, like from the bridge of the nose, just really flat.
I wanted to give it a different texture. I never tattooed a demon before.
Having to pull these textures and these looks with no reference, it's obvious that Steve's tattoo is the toughest ask for the team.
Jeremy. The woman's face is beautiful. Where you lose me is in the demon. The demon to me is really tonal. It has kind of a messy feel to it, and there's some contrast issues.
In the stuff that comes off the cheek, which would be a horn or whatever, that's a huge missed opportunity for some texture. But I like the additions that you made, creating this forked tongue down the middle and the drips that drip down over the skull. Being creative, adding to something is a great move.
Let's take a look at the master's tattoo. Steve.
You get so many different tones of dark, the really deep inset blackness in the eyes, and then those little dark pits of even darker, richer black. This thing really has a lot of depth to it.
This has a ton of texture. You can feel what's going on in here if you run your finger over it. Giving this to your team made them step up, but was a true test.
Artists, you have 6 hours to tattoo a galaxy in an everyday object. And your time starts now.
Come on, Team Clean, let's do it. Come on, guys, let's get this going.
Stay straight first.
That's good. What do you think of that placement?
Yeah, dude, works perfect. These artists will be tested on technical application with cosmic integration.
Did you pull those references for the galaxy for me?
Yeah, they're printing out right now.
This has to be a pretty smart approach to make this thing work.
Reference. Thank you, sir.
A lot of people get caught up with doing the colorful explosion in outer space rather than doing the stark black, but when you look up at the stars at night, it's black with shimmers.
You ready?
Yeah. If my leg twitches, just ignore it.
All right.
I'm glad this piece went to you.
No, I'm
For sure.
I know what I can get done and I can't. I don't really give a about this galaxy. I just want to do this face. I'm gonna kill that money.
It just looks so dope coming out. This guy's really got the juice right now.
Now you got lucky on this one for sure.
This is gonna be black and gray, this is gonna be color.
Okay. Pretty much everybody on my team is mad at me, and I genuinely do not care. One of the first things I was told when I started working in a tattoo shop was never trust another artist. I didn't come here to make friends. I'm here to win for myself. I'm gonna try and make you proud, Christian.
You make you proud, Chris.
4 hours left, guys.
You're just cruising through this. Look at you.
I'm trying. The fact that there's 4 people not even tattooing means that the chances of us either being in the bottom or going home increased that much more. I just going and keeping like a negative galaxy. I didn't go white that much, you know what I mean?
No, I wouldn't put a ton
That's
of white
great.
there.
I need to put the galaxy within the mouth. The mouth is a certain size of a T-Rex. There's nowhere else I can put it.
Pull that spiral in a little tighter with some, yeah, you're
Right.
right.
You're getting into the lighter
Okay,
ones.
yeah.
Is it enough? I don't know.
Where we at? Wipe up here on the top of that line so I can see.
Oh, that's cool.
See, outside of that line. Austin's tattooing outside of the line with his shading. He needs to fix that or he's gonna be as good as gone. The black that's clearly gone out of the lines. What are you gonna do to fix it?
I'm not sure. Like, Jeff, do you have any ideas?
You might have to do like some color bursts coming from behind for him.
Don't get flustered. It's plenty of time. Plenty of time.
This challenge is technical application. I need to figure out how to hide the flaw in my tattoo without making it look like an afterthought.
Just smooth the blends out as much as possible.
I swear to God, if I'm in the bottom again, I'm going to lose my mind and pull out what little hair I have left.
2 more hours. 2 more hours.
Come over and watch the brothers. Get right up in their grill. Get your face right down in there. Let them know you're looking at mine.
Yeah.
I've never tattooed a galaxy before, so I'm so... Can I help you?
Nope.
Christian's definitely a snake in the grass. They've been targeting me, like, over and over again.
You know, Christian, you can smell blood running.
He's trying to get in my head, but I'm not gonna let it work.
Time won't be an issue.
I don't believe so.
passion for tattooing. If I hit the lottery and I didn't have to work the rest of my life, I would still tattoo almost every day.
It's not about being fast, it's about being good. That's quality.
Jess, he's trying to move, but he ain't moving.
1 hour remaining, guys. 1 hour remaining.
Something's not right about this.
Blackboard's
One of the most
insane.
intimidating things is that I don't have a lot of experience with color, but then again, I don't have a lot of experience at all.
I think I would saturate that in there because that just looks
I don't want these other artists in the room knowing that my inexperience affects me in any way. I have to crank this thing out.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Machine's down. Time is up. No more ink.
I love it. Thank you.
Ooh, my son TJ.
You like it?
Yes.
You want to keep it?
Yes, absolutely.
So were you guys pretty bummed out?
NB site planting.
3 tattoos yesterday?
No, my team didn't fall apart every time we got out tattooed. It happens.
Get used to it.
Good job.
Doesn't it look like an affection you get in a different country? That's biomechanical, I think. I'm just fucking doing some shit right now.
Having the least amount of experience out of every contestant in this competition is intimidating. I was just relying on what I knew, which was not a lot compared to a lot of these people, but I'm hoping the judges kind of see that I took everything that they told me and brought it into this tattoo. 35 hours to do a full color biomechanical back piece, I feel like it's not gonna be enough time, but I'm gonna have to rally.
Hey, I'm Jake. I'm your master canvas. How you doing?
Hi, Jake. Nice to meet you. My competitors, Creepy Jason and Laura, they gave me full color biomechanical. So let me show you what I drew up.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Cool?
I like it a lot.
It's gonna be bold. Some light rays coming out. It's gonna be a lot of cool colors, maybe like blues and purples on the outside, and then we're gonna have this big, like, fireball.
Awesome.
Kind of in the middle. I actually think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I actually had a lot of fun drawing it.
Do what you gotta do to bring that money home. That's pretty sick.
Yeah? Awesome. Well, I'm glad you like it. That makes this a lot easier. We have 35 hours to do this whole tattoo, so I hope you can sit. This first session, we're just gonna get the lines done. Hopefully, at the end of this, we'll get values done, get the black in. Dude, this looks so sick. I swear to God. Are you ready?
Fire in the hole.
Let's fucking do this, man. This session will probably be the toughest. Being the first person to do biomechanical in the finale, and then doing my first back piece ever for millions of people to see. Oh my God, there are so many ways I could mess this up right now. I honestly don't think 35 hours is gonna be enough time, but I'm gonna do my best. Doing tattoos at my own pace was nice. I almost forgot how wonderful it was. It's nice and bold and fucking awesome. I think I've drawn this at least like 20 times. I'm not even over exaggerating. Does it feel better the higher I go? Does it hurt less?
It all just kind of sucks.
It all sucks right now. You're doing so good though. My friend, I think we can stop here. Wonderful. We got a lot done though. You sat like a fucking champion. Let's take a look.
There's a lot of shit back there.
We did a lot, yeah.
I think I did that before, but...
We got the lines down. We got pretty much it all mapped out, so that's good. But next session we'll keep adding some more shading, and then we'll be able to start the color, I think, after we get the shading done, because I think we'll get the shading done next time around. Hey! How you doing? So good to see you again. I'm glad you came back. Welcome. All right, I have something to show you. I took the drawing that we started with and did a lot more rendering and did a lot more changes to color and light source and all that fun stuff. We're gonna go over all the black and all the darks and start to get all the blue colors in there and stuff like that. It's gonna be super intense.
Yeah.
D-shirt, my friend. I would love to see how we healed up. Oh shit, nice. Dude, you heal up like a dream. The next 3 sessions is gonna be, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Hammer away.
I will. You know what? That's the attitude I was hoping for.
I hope you're ready for a day, because this is gonna be, I hope you had a good breakfast. We're gonna work on the top part of this thing, and then I'm gonna work on the bottom, and then we're gonna come back to the top.
3 hours from now, it's all gonna be like anyway.
It's always good to do the darks before the lights. Ooh, man. Woo, you did it, man.
You're gonna be fucked up.
I told you I'd beat you up today. I wasn't kidding. Next time it's gonna be even worse. You wanna check it out? Yeah. You are a beast. Hi! All right, let's see it. Today, it's gonna be a lot of warm colors, pretty much focusing on that center part. All right, let's get the show on the road. This thing is so intense. I've never tattooed anything this intense in my entire life. Ah, man. It's just never enough time. Check it out.
Getting there.
Getting there. Got a lot done. Not as much as I wanted, but.
Well, you see that sun finally. Right?
Yeah.
Just a hole.
Yeah. I know.
Cool.
Definitely could have gotten more done today, but it's a humongous tattoo. So you can only expect so much out of myself. So next time we'll work on the outer portions of it, like the rib type pieces, the shoulder blade pieces, everything that's on like in the foreground. Hey, how's it going? All right, let's see it. Let's take a look. Oh my God, it's crazy! Holy shit! Oh, you healed up awesome. Oh yay! How was it? How was it this time around?
Not bad.
Not bad? Tolerable?
Yeah.
Awesome. Today, we're gonna be working a lot on the outer parts. So like, you know, the rib pieces that come in on the side, and then like these kind of shoulder blade-like pieces. We only have 2 sessions to figure it out. This machine's definitely changed the game too, because it shades so much smoother. Got a lot of shoulder work to do. I wanted to save this for the last session, but I'm doing it right now to save myself some time next time. Cool. That's why you're feeling like death right now, by the way. Oh well. This is the longest 30 seconds ever. You did it. You did it. You did it. What do you think?
That is unreal.
I didn't think we were gonna get those done because I had finished the bottom and we still had the shoulder blades and those little like horns at the top, and it was not looking good. We had like maybe 2 hours left and I was like, fuck. But I can't wait to do the last session because it'll be like, everything will just like crisp up. The end is near. Are you excited about that? You have to be.
Very.
Oh yeah. How you doing? Awesome. How'd it heal up? Good, yeah. Are you ready for this to be the last session?
I'm glad to feel like.
Yeah. I know. All right, let me see. We just need to get this thing done because, well, these healed up nice. Got little holes. So I'm gonna touch up a lot of the line work, I'm gonna like line work basically almost the whole thing. We got a lot to do. Nice. Just 1 more to go. I'm gonna wreck you. This is nuts. This is the craziest thing I've ever done. I am so glad that this is the last session. Can you do that? No fucking way. This building is old as balls. It's most likely the whole street. I am going to check if the business across the street has power. Did you guys?
Yes.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They lost power too. It's a street with 23 minutes left. The power just had to go out for some fucking reason. Because that's my luck. Oh shit, is there an exit? Power lines coming down? A tree fell on the power lines. I guess the power lines are on fire. They're getting people off the bike path. That's why that guy was just riding on the road here. So God knows when we're gonna get power back now. I need every second of this frickin' time. So this is violently inconvenient. You have light? Yeah, this is insane that I'm so glad that you have a truck that has a generator. Yeah, our own little personal generator. It's pretty sweet.
I knew that inverter would be good for something one day.
Yeah, right? The risk of your car running out of batteries. Let's get this going. Shut the fuck up! Yeah! Thank you, Jesus!
but it's over. I don't have to stab you in the back any longer. Hop on up, my friend. Check it out.
That is the gnarliest shit I've ever seen. Nuclear reactor.
Yes! Perfect. Nailed it. I gotta say, I am pretty proud of this back piece. I'm just so glad it's over. I don't want to do biomechanical ever again. And I'm relieved. I'm relieved that it's done, and I think that it came out pretty cool.
Artist, you have 6 hours to create a schematic tattoo. And your time starts now.
Let's do this. All right, so I'm gonna have you stand right here.
Okay.
The one thing about these schematic drawings is there's no place to hide. You're looking at just the outline, and it's a technical drawing. If you don't do it perfect, it's gonna fall apart.
I think I just noticed it's facing the wrong way. The blade should be on this side.
If we flip it, then it's not true to the knife.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't know about that.
I know about that.
No, I know you do, but I'm saying, like, there's also rules to what we do.
Yeah, but my left arm is
Right.
this way.
I could just flip it around. Your tattoo, it's permanent. I'll just flip it. Just give me like 2 minutes.
Yep.
All right, Amber, you about ready?
Do it.
All right, here we go.
I think the West is trying to shake me up, thinking that it's going to be hard because it's a lot of circles.
This thing has some pretty bold-ass lines on it, so...
Yeah, that looks really good.
A circle, it has to be smooth, it can't have any bumps, and it has to connect exactly where it's supposed to connect.
I've been tattooing for a while, but it wasn't until 8 years ago that I could just finally, like, everything else.
Yeah.
Just tattoo. I really haven't been able to shine here and show off myself. I'm a very strong tattooer, and I'm gonna show that today.
What's funny is, like, I make my own hours, but I work more hours than most people still. That's the best way to be. It's like, if you love something, do it.
Tattooing 8 years, and I've only ever had one other job, and so tattooing is pretty much all I know, which is trippy to think about. All I wanted to do with this tattoo is show off my line work, and it is going the polar opposite way. All of those tiny lines.
Yeah, a lot of detail there.
I can feel how soft this guy's skin is and how easy it will be to blow these lines out. My only option is to try to pull this off. This day sucks.
Artists, 4 hours to go.
Ooh, that's a cool piece. Thank you. When I saw everybody else, I was like, oh, I could have done this a lot easier. Damn it. That's not who I am.
I've been obsessed with robots since I was a kid, and I do a lot of biomechanical that involves a lot of robotic structures and stuff. This is a total shoo-in for me.
Almost there with the lines. Like some dots and stuff left. Oh, son of a bitch.
Every 3 dots I do blow out. Every other line I do blows out. I don't understand what's going on.
Am I sitting okay for you? Any issues? Oh, yeah, you're sitting great. Yeah. It's just like I'm a perfectionist.
This is a disaster. I am scared shitless right now.
Skin doesn't like the stencil at all. Hates it. It's trying to get rid of it on me. With older skin, you don't know what you're gonna get into. It's usually prone to blowouts. It could just split open on you. It's always thin, so I'm playing it simple. The outline's pretty much done. I mean, yeah, it doesn't need shading. So I guess I'm just not used to having this much time left over. Should I order a pizza? Maybe I'll mess around with it on paper and see if there's anything else that makes sense. I don't know if this thing even reads as a schematic tattoo. My best chance is to zoom in on some of the details that I already have there. Either way, I'm taking a risk here. If I do add it in and I don't pull it off, I may not finish my tattoo.
Well, I mean, you nailed it. That's cool, though.
Yeah.
Very cool, dude.
Thanks. We got Frank's approval.
2 hours to go. You have 2 hours remaining.
Surprised you picked that one. But... Kicking myself for picking something with all these gears.
In retrospect, I think maybe the pocket watch was a bad idea. Schematics were kind of an afterthought, and it's probably going to come off that way.
I know I can do a super clean watch. And then I was like, oh yeah, it has like a ton of gears inside. Yeah, it's a schematic, man.
I got to pick this tattoo, and now I look like a fool dropping the ball on something that I thought was going to be simple. No matter who has skull pick,
what they give me, I'm going to do a good tattoo, period.
They thought I was going to change the placement, but I was like, nope.
Well, that's good, because I wasn't going to change the placement.
Yeah, I don't mind tattooing the spine. You know, the West, they just panic easy. There's like 3 people in the West that I feel like did all that good. Raul was hiding some mistakes. Bob had the blowouts.
Yeah.
And Arlene, for having Skull Pig, did not do near as well as they should have today.
With the redness and the swelling, I'll use witch hazel. It helps.
Nice.
My canvas has skin tags and moles all throughout his forearm. So my lines aren't as straight as they usually are. I got my first tattoo like the day I turned 18. My mom is like, what is that? I've come from a very strict religious upbringing, and tattoos are definitely not something you want to do. So that better be a fake tattoo. And I'm like, oh yeah, about to go wash stuff right now. My late brother, he passed less than a year ago. He was really like the only one who was very supportive.
One of the last things that he said to me, he was like, Arlene, you could win. Like, you could totally do that. I don't want to let him down. I want to be an inspiration and honor my brother.
That's it. Machine's down. Time is up. No more ink.
Alrighty. Looks like we are all done.
Awesome. Looks dope.
All right, man. We're all set. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
We're all done.
Bob drew his completely by hand, but there's like a buttload of blowouts.
Don't stress something you can't control now. I know.
Yeah, it's done.
You're going home, Bob.
I know. It's not over till it's over. We don't know that yet. Who knows? Jason could have not done schematic at all.
What happened to... Where's the old judges? Yeah, who are you supposed to be?
I'm an Emmy Award-winning host from another huge reality television program.
I would have guessed that. What are your thoughts, bro?
This is not gonna work. I'm really disappointed because I really wanted that pillar.
Just the pillar, or is it everything else, too?
My canvas doesn't want to work with me. He doesn't give a
This is not what we discussed at all.
It is what we discussed.
No, it's not. It's not what we discussed at all. This is not the picture.
That is.
No, it's not.
I will tattoo myself to stay in this competition, but the last thing I'm going to tattoo on myself is a demon. Being a new man of faith, that goes against my religious beliefs.
When I look up pillar, there's this kind of pillar. Is this what you're kind of hoping for then, too?
I was kind of hoping that you would do it.
I can't let him walk out the door.
Sausage.
I gotta admit, when he said gargoyle, I kind of rolled my eyes like, oh boy, it just sounds so corny. When I saw it, I was pretty much blown away. There's a lot of layers to it, and it looks like stone, but it has movement and action, and the perspective is odd and different. It's pretty amazing.
Thank you.
The dynamic hand that you have on the foreground is a really nice touch. All that really heavy shading, but with the nice skin breaks, makes it very legible. It doesn't get lost in the background. Overall, man, it's a good job.
Sounds like Halo and Scott's attempt at throwing you under the bus may have backfired, huh?
I'm hoping so.
Well done, man.
Thank you.
Would you be like, ah?
I am so nervous right now. I'm sweating this tattoo. How are you gonna do a portrait if you don't have an actual photo of a zombie? This is gonna be nuts.
This is a first for me.
But it's gonna be awesome.
Cross your fingers.
Oh my God. Clean, can't do this. So I guess it's just gonna be comical. So I'm excited to see how funny this thing's gonna come out. Oh my God.
This is a big tattoo, and I'm gonna take it down to the second. Jesus Christ. Come on. I'm gonna make sure that every single T is crossed and I is dotted. Oh my God. There is no way I'm losing this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up, machine's down, no more ink.
All right, man. Get on up. You haven't even seen it yet.
No, I haven't even taken a look at it. That is awesome. You nailed it.
Sick.
Billy, Clean, and St. Mark. Today, you had to show precision by tattooing a zombie portrait. Clean, we will begin with you.
Hitting the challenge, you show a ton of precision. The really dark, deep-set eye sockets that are all destroyed really look great against that green. And then that milky covering is a really smooth, cool trick to put over that eyelid to make it look all washed out and creepy and crazy.
The cracking of the skin on the nose, the torn away piece of her face, the blood dripping is very well done. For not being a portrait person, I think you did a great job capturing the likeness.
I'm standing right here. Like, I know exactly what it is.
Exactly, right?
Problem with these things, people get so crazy, they muddy them up.
I have the best coach for this challenge.
At home, I would cover this thing in blood. But here, I don't know if I would.
We have a huge advantage. You know, this is Steve's. This is what he is good at.
You be doing nothing but scary like me now. It's fun.
There's a big sacrifice to be here. Sacrificing time with my kids. They're my motivation. The way I feel right now, nothing is gonna distract me. Nothing that's gonna stop me from achieving my goal.
Fame.
There's a lot of great technique in this thing. The deep inset cuts and cracks of the face look like a vampire getting hit by the sun and cracking and dying. Dynamic features, man. I think it's really smooth.
I'm happy as a pig in. I'm known for tattooing dead stuff, bloody, gory, demon-like. I mean, this is the best stuff I do. I'm really super happy about this.
Everything you do is a horror flick. Who here does horror? Point to Steve.
Steve.
I like the way you layer. You can see it in the undertones. You do a really dark area, almost to feel the black, but then you still get this darker layer behind it where you really add the texture and you really make those little pits.
The real look of depth you get in the eye socket in the back of the mouth really make this thing stand out. You look at the texture, this is texture.
She looks solid. There's a cover-up in there? What?
I think the girls underestimate my ability as a tattoo artist and gave me the realistic skull because they wanted to see if I could do it. I could do this with my eyes closed. Thanks, girls. Home run.
My parents are off the boat. You know, I'm first-generation American. I come from a long line of artists on my dad's side. Like, if you go back to Italy, like, everyone in my family is an artist, you know? They support me in everything I do. I feel blessed.
I think that's so important.
And I just hope I can do the same for my kids.
This badass tattoo's being done here.
I love this thing for the simple fact that it looks like a straight-up tattoo. You kill this thing with simplicity. I love the ghostly image in the mirror and the way that the cameo looks. As far as hitting a cover-up, as far as making a sticker, as far as somebody not knowing what's there, you're able to really hit a softball out of the park.
I hate him. I hope he goes home.
Stop. So I wanted a black and gray graveyard, and I'm like wrapping around down here.
If I could take like a space like your forearm, that would be great. There's about 7 people left. I'm trying to do the best tattoo possible. All I need is a canvas that'll trust me in doing some really cool.
I trust you, of course.
Cool. That's awesome.
I'm excited.
Steve thinks that he gave me a hard skull pick, but I talked my canvas into moving that tattoo from her ditch to her forearm. I am so confident on this tattoo.
All this you can learn because those are just solid chunks of black.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Keep that edge really clean.
Cool. I'm ready to step up and show I'm as good as the top guns in this competition.
Deanna. I love this tattoo. The fact that you used this coffin shape as the border, that really sets the mood. You already know that there's something dark going on.
Your ability to get this gritty, soft, smooth texture from the black to the gray shading has that black and white horror film look to it. It looks really smooth. The way the trees break into this image and spider across the darkness is really cool. The composition has a really nice balance to it.
Thank you.
Stakes are so high right now, there's 5 of us left. So I'm gonna make this the most badass Grim Reaper you ever did see.
Brad, I don't ever get to do black and gray, so it's fun. Yeah, I like doing stuff like this.
I'm bringing a lot of creativity to this design. I have the perfect contrast, the perfect composition. I'm gonna win.
Jason. How did you land on this view?
She wanted something more creative, so I thought, well, let's just make it look like it just took somebody's soul and it's reveling in the power of that.
You took a big risk on the angle of that skull, but you really nailed the contrast with that soul escaping. It breaks it up really well. And then you have some really dense, dark areas that make it work with that soft shadow coming through. I think you did a great job.
Thank you so much.
I'm really impressed. It's a beautiful tattoo. It's telling a creative story. You thought about what the Grim Reaper was and reaping your soul, and you hit the nail on the head with the creativeness.
You guys nervous?
Never done biomech, but I've never done lots of and I'm still here, so.
Either way this thing goes, I don't have to listen to Austin run his mouth anymore.
I'm gonna help you guys both out. If you need anything, I want the best tattoo to win, no matter what.
Thanks, Coach.
We're coming into a huge battle right now. I have stayed up all night researching biomechanical skull art, and I've come in prepared as I can. I'm about to do the best biomechanical skull anyone's ever seen, and I don't even know what that's supposed to look like.
Keep this line on the teeth and the side of the jaw thicker than this one.
Okay, because it's in the background.
Yes.
It might not be pretty, but I think it's definitely badass.
I actually like the color study, and there's some elements in there I dig.
Sweet. Now
Every
let's see if I
once in a while,
can.
you surprise me.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Unlike that ring in the Cracker Jack box.
Austin's gonna be so embarrassed when a watercolor artist beats him at a dude tat.
You dialed in?
Got as dialed as I can get it, my friend. I have zero experience with biomechanical skulls, but I have tons of experience with skulls. I feel like this is more a shot at Stacy than it is me, because there's no watercolor in biomechanics. That's one rule I know. Bye-bye, Stacy.
All right, Stacy and Austin, you have 6 hours to tattoo a biomechanical skull assigned by Christian. And your time starts now.
All right.
Come over here.
Over here. Let's coach the out of these guys.
It's gonna be so bitchin' when it's done, bro.
Can't wait. Austin and Stacy going head-to-head is a perfect call. They have both showed weaknesses in this competition, and it should be interesting.
It's set up as fair as it can be set up.
Oh, that's apples to apples.
Biomechanical, it's something so technical and so loose at the same time. You can always tell when somebody doesn't do biomechanical and is trying, because it screams, I don't know what I'm doing.
Austin, get a marker and mark the center line.
Well, see, I wasn't trying to put it center line, but I get where you're going. I get it.
Why would you not put it center line?
I kind of like the little wrap in the front, but hey, not what I like.
What you like got you in this spot.
You're right about that.
This could be anybody's game.
You ready?
Do it.
This really sucks right now, because no matter what, I'm losing one of my team members. But at the same time, I need to help both of them, because I need the strongest tattooer to stay in this competition.
Hair. Can you clip it so that my hair stop falling forward?
What am I doing?
Take the clip out and then clip more of my hair back.
Maybe hairdressing is a new option for you.
It's so funny, Christian, because your tattoos aren't all that.
Well, they were good enough to beat you, weren't they?
Run your mouth. That's all you do is run your mouth.
I run my machines way up better than you do.
Bull.
I was in a dark place before I started tattooing. I did drugs, I was living on the streets. In all honesty, tattooing saved my life.
I'm glad I'm not doing biomech. It's a tough style.
It's a very tough style. But I'm doing it, and I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure this is not my last tattoo in this competition.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were a tattooer right now.
There might be some hope for this one.
A lot of people think that everything in my life has been handed to me, which isn't true. I've worked so hard to be where I am. I was raised in the South in a very Southern Baptist home. I am a Christian, but I also knew at like 16 I wanted to be a tattoo artist, and I had a girlfriend at 15. These things contradict, but they are who I am. I mastered fighting the adversity. I'm gonna fight till the end.
Yeah, you're gonna have a new specialty.
Why am I watercolor? That could be cool.
4 hours left, Stacy and Austin. 4 hours left.
What do you need, Austin?
Trying to open my white.
Are you using white right now?
No, but it's part of my mixing for the gray.
What gray?
That the whole thing's made out of. You think it's gonna be that Easter egg color? No. I just needed that to see where my colors were gonna go.
okay? Should've known to bring my spacesuit today, because you just blew me out of the atmosphere.
I like these two colors.
Austin does not have a clear game plan. He does not have a clear sight on the end goal of this tattoo.
Anything up yet?
Okay. Stacy is really making sure that she has a path and that she is maintaining that path from start to finish.
Hey, where's your light source coming from? Straight on or like above?
I didn't really have a light source on this one.
That's not a good plan. You should always have a light source.
No, it's totally okay.
Stacy, you knew what you were doing, you wouldn't be down here either, fool.
Okay.
You are head-to-head. It's life or death. I cannot believe Austin's not prepared for this tattoo.
You're kind of kicking his ass right now. He's like talking so much to me. I haven't said anything mean to him. I'm like, you know what? I don't have to run my mouth. I'm just gonna tattoo.
What do you think?
I don't think this is how any of us expected this to go.
I didn't think he was going to be snowballed. Bottom line, our team needs a solid tattoo. Because we got to start taking these jackasses out of here.
2 hours to go. 2 hours left.
Start picking it up.
I keep making poor choices. I should have put together a good, comprehensive color theory. But my team, they are a great resource. I'm going to use them to the best of my ability.
Should I put some red in those little gaps between the teeth? Turk said that might look like a cool idea.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice to have something in there.
This is your final hour. 1 more hour.
Austin, he produces the best tattoo when someone is standing over their shoulder the whole time.
Dude, that's how it's been all day. Everybody is putting their 2 cents in.
I don't believe that anybody should need a babysitter coming here.
I just want the better tattooer to do a better tattoo.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Machine's down. Time is up. No more ink.
Super cool. And you get to keep it forever.
Badass.
Definitely badass.
Yeah, it's my favorite one I've done here so far. Let's hope it's not my last.
Okay, artists, you have 6 hours to tattoo a clock, and your time starts now.
All right, let's do it.
All right, brother, let's do this.
For this first elimination tattoo, everybody's got to tattoo a clock. Realistically, a clock is a hard tattoo to do.
Does the circle look perfect?
No, it does look stretched.
I think just when you put the stencil on, probably start at the top and fold it down. Scrub that off, I'll make you another stencil. Cool.
It's usually a perfect circle, usually has straight, perfect lines, and tiny little details that make it look mechanical.
I feel like you don't require a lot of attention.
I like that. I like to be all right on my own.
People that.
Make them flawless, guys. Make them flawless.
I think it's just crazy that I get to be here with my brother.
Kind of insane.
The way it all worked out, happened to be teams, and me and him happened to be on the same team. He started tattooing when he was Timmy, when did you start tattooing? You were 19 or 18? 19. Yeah. He was always my role model growing up. When I turned 17, he started teaching me how to tattoo. We work well together too because we have very similar styles. I love my brother and everything, but it's still a competition. I'm here to win. It just means it's going to be that much harder when we have to go up against each other, you know?
Right.
Oh, look, what's DJ Poole doing?
Team Clean did a great job at targeting who they needed to target.
It's very artsy, just a lot of tiny.
This is the day you just say, yes, I know how to apply a tattoo correctly.
The steampunk clock is very busy. It's kind of hard to even identify that this is even a clock.
What is that stuff right there?
Well, it has a tree and stuff,
Yeah,
kind of
that's what
earthy
yeah.
going through it. I'm very
4 hours remaining.
This thing is really starting to piss me off.
Thought you had this. They said you loved polka trash.
I've never done trash polka. I've seen it on the internet. It looks like red and black.
We're creating art, and that's the thing with polka trash is it doesn't have to be solid tribal. That's no.
Apparently, trash polka just isn't black and red.
Loosen it up. Bring that gray right to it. Just make it as smooth as.
I'm feeling a lot of pressure because nobody thinks I can tattoo in this house.
It's art, but it has to be balanced and it has to be done with a lot of intent.
I need to pull off this tattoo so people know I came to play.
You happy to get that head tat?
Absolutely.
He's doing great.
I'm talking about her.
Make a big statement. I worked my ass off all my life. Before I was legally even allowed to get tattooed, I was tattooing. And I knew this is what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I was determined to get there. You gonna help me win this thing?
I hope so.
Awesome.
My strategy is 100% plainness. I'm not going to give her a crazy, gnarly dream catcher when it doesn't have to be. It needs to be simple.
Smart man. You don't got to make all those perfect circles. You don't got to get all chromed out.
I didn't want to bite off more than I can chew.
Stuck to what I know and what my mentor made me always do.
Some of these people here are trying to show off, but I got to remember I can't be showing off right out the gate.
Why reinvent the wheel when it was done right the first time, you know?
45 minutes left.
Are we at guns? We're gonna make it? Yeah, the other's rounding him right now.
This is a living nightmare.
Perfect shading.
Oh, every time I try to pull a line, this girl's stomach is moving. She's shaking in pain, and the line work is rough.
Hoping to get the brownie points for doing it on the sternum.
Gonzo's not even done outlining yet. I swear to God.
If Gonzo don't finish, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah. Gonzo is Gonzo.
I got a tough canvas. She started off very, very nervous, and now her leg keeps on twitching, and it's making my line work look inconsistent.
Make sure that all the little stuff is as smooth and clean as you can.
I have a lot going through my head right now. I want to impress Christian. I want to impress my fellow teammates. It's hard.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Machine's down. Time is up. No more ink.
Ding, ding, ding. Time's up. Oh my gosh, it's so dope.
I'm proud of you.
Tattoo of the day. I think this is really gonna shake everybody up.
Dude, yours is beat. I couldn't believe it.
I don't know what you mean by beat. Like, beat that bull shot you guys took.
Like, those lines were beat.
How'd it go, dog? It went.
Out the door, it went. Woo!
Nervous? I'm not nervous at all. I've seen plenty.
I'd be nervous. Oof.
Okay, artists, you have 6 hours to tattoo the undead. And your time starts now.
All right,
let's go.
Stay right about there. Okay, stand straight again. The good thing is no one knows I have this tattoo. In order to do a successful undead tattoo, you're gonna have to be really good at texture, from fur to slime to bone.
Oh my God, I love it. It looks so nice.
If the textures all look similar, the tattoos are gonna look really messy and muddy. These things can go awry quick.
I'm standing right here. Like, I know exactly what it is.
Exactly, right?
Problem with these things, people get so crazy, they muddy them up.
I have the best coach for this challenge.
At home, I would cover this thing in blood. But here, I don't know if I would.
We have a huge advantage. You know, this is Steve's. This is what he's good at.
You be doing nothing but scary like me now. It's fun as
There's a big sacrifice to be here. Sacrificing time with my kids. They're my motivation. The way I feel right now, nothing is gonna distract me. Nothing that's gonna stop me from achieving my goal.
So you have a boy and a girl?
Yeah, man. The boy is 6, the girl is 2.
My canvas has young children that can't be scared by this tattoo. He doesn't want any realism, so I'm gonna give him a beautiful, new school, undead teacher zombie.
You got kids?
Yeah, I got 2 daughters. I had a son, but he passed away.
Oh,
He had a heart condition. It's hard to lose a kid, man.
Sorry to hear about that.
I don't know where I would be right now if I didn't have my daughter, though. There's been a lot of loss in my family. I feel like that's why I'm here. I'm here to win. My family needs a win.
Picture there actually being like a water here, you know, so their body's halfway in it.
My canvas finally settled on a compromise. I'm doing a high angle, looking down at the mermaid, and that way you can see all of the gore and the guts and the face and the body, but also get the tail in there and all the mermaidy things.
Maybe if it's just like the idea of the tail, just so you can kind of tell where it comes from.
I'm worried about the fin because I don't know if it actually reads to everyone else the way I feel it does.
It's like a sticker, so I'd leave it.
My team has always been a target on our backs, and right now none of us are looking safe from elimination.
4 hours remaining, guys. 4 more hours.
All that, dude. Don't need that much.
Nope, I know. It's just that there's one spot.
I know how to handle this complexion. I've dealt with it hundreds of times. But right now, 2 or 3 lines just kind of cut open a little bit. If this whole tattoo turns out like those couple lines did, his whole arm's gonna look more undead than this raven. There's nothing I can do now. The trauma happened, it's in front of me. I have to do the best tattoo I can possibly do because the judges have one reason to send me home and I'm not gonna give them another.
You might have cut that dude.
I'm telling you, the part that's lined, if I pour water on his arm, the water will run down and run right in that rib line.
That could be a huge game changer.
Oh, whoa.
I have no control of my leg right now. It's just like...
My canvas will not stop twitching.
Yeah, let's finish this top line. I've been waiting just because I know it hurts, but...
I mean, tattooing this canvas is basically like tattooing during an earthquake.
Be careful. Josh has like 3 gouges, bro. You just make sure what you do is one pass. Be gentle, you know?
I'm 100% self-taught. I learned off anything I can get. You know, magazines, pictures, studying every single night.
Dude, it's a little bit heavy.
Gav, go help Vigil. There's 2 of
I
them.
don't say I have an ego, but I worked for this confidence. You know, I don't just get handed anything. Do you think I have confidence when I'm just in jail for a year? When I'm living in a car? When I'm broke and hungry and starving? Do I have confidence then? No way. I earned everything that I deserve.
2 hours left. That's 2 more hours.
Remember where the focus is getting, then you want to begin. Break down shapes instead of how you would do it traditionally.
You can come up quick these days. It's super easy to learn how to tattoo. You can get anything you want off the internet. When I was a kid, finding a tattoo machine was like finding gold. Tattoos weren't as acceptable as they are now, so I've been beat up for having tattoos. The new generation of these computer tattooers will never even see any of that. I am the one that carried the torch for them to tattoo today, so you're welcome.
That's an ugly bastard, dude.
What side are they on?
I know, right? Don't go around
Outside.
those eyes. No? No. And your little dots of white, like on the maggots. Stipple of white in the nose, tongue, the wet stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
I was really expecting that goat to be the tough one, but man, it is pretty weird.
But is it a white goat? Is it a black goat?
Is it a goat?
I think it's a goat.
It's a goat.
A weird goat.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Machine's down. Time is up. No more ink.
All right, dude, we're all set.
I love this! Thank you! Of course.
That little halo stuff really set it off, huh?
Dude, my pleasure, buddy.
What do you think about Josh's tattoo?
It looks like he tattooed that thing with a pickaxe straight up.
I think he wants to do is give that 3D effect where the ribs are sticking out after it heals because of the scar.
He's already said it a few times. He's not here to do his best work. He's here just to stay in the middle and go home. So he's doing it.
What's exciting for me is that Danny never took this style on. I gotta say, it's probably the best biomechanical we've ever seen on ink.
The big thing about these kind of tattoos is you want to feel like it's not a part of the body, and you really capture that.
It's pretty dazzling. This week, we're testing detail.
Detail is all the little textures, all the little fine lines and shading that brings a tattoo to life.
You must all create a biomechanical tattoo.
Having the godfather of biomech judge my tattoos, it puts so much pressure on you.
I don't do biomechanical. I'm absolutely terrified right now.
It's not gonna be fun. Biomechanical tattoos are free-flowing forms that either grow or come together in a mechanical, organic way.
Detail is really important in biomechanical tattoos because it enhances all the little tiny crevices and gives it that pop to make it that much more exciting.
Robots are not biomechanical. What I showed you originally...
Are robots mechanical or not?
But
yes.
If you don't meet the challenge,
It meets
and if you
the
go
challenge.
off... Can you let me finish? My canvas is a straight up ass. We need to have some respect right now.
I'm trying to be respectful, but you're not compromising.
You're just telling me what
I'm
to do.
willing to move a little bit, but you've got to come and move with me too.
Getting so frustrated.
You're getting frustrated.
This guy is not receptive at all. He's stressing me out so bad.
You could do that style some, but
The challenge is this style. So how can I do it some if the challenge is this style? Give me some direction or go.
punch in some.
Don't be like punching some, My children are depending on me right now, and his things he wants in this tattoo are going to send me home, and I can't let that happen. You need to go so I can get to work.
Right, but I want to see what you're.
Go.
When you forgot the gift, are running low, or are running late. Sephora free same-day delivery gets your gifts and your go-tos to your door fast and free. Now through December 24th.
The Kia Seltos is as comfortable on the road as it is off the beaten path. With all the room for your gear. And the tech you can rely on anytime you need it. Find your all-year drive in the Kia Seltos.
Kia, movement that inspires.
How you doing?
All right, so this is what I've come up with. I got the cables coming around, and then we have the bio part, which is what they're looking for. And if you don't like it, I'm just gonna tattoo it on myself.
Yeah, I'm not really feeling it.
All right, go on.
I mean, it's
Peace.
just nothing.
Bye.
It's my tattoo, it's on my body, so I want ideas that I had too. I'm trying to work with her, and she's not willing to work with me, not one bit.
Are you willing to compromise a little bit?
No.
Because you really didn't put anything that I
I put
wanted.
cables of metal in there.
You
Don't worry
wanna-
about it. I
you don't
got
wanna
it.
compromise.
Tattoo on myself.
I compromised a lot on this.
You didn't
And I
compromise.
really you do a great tattoo.
No, you don't. You kept saying all kinds
There
of
were no
stupid.
rod.
I'm not putting pistons and
I didn't
that other
want
in
piston.
there.
I
Metal
said
plates and cables.
No. I didn't say. I said some metal.
Goodbye. Have a nice life. Go f yourself.
Rick? Just making sure. No one in this challenge has a chance against me today. I'm making this head tattoo big, bold, dark, and just badass. I know what I'm doing, and I'm not going anywhere.
You have 5 hours remaining.
I don't want to tattoo myself, but at this point, I have no choice. I'm not going to let some ass be responsible for me going home today.
See what you're doing here. Is this the design that the guy didn't want?
He didn't want any of the biomechanical in it. He just wanted only mechanical.
Okay.
So it wouldn't have met the challenge. I know I have to do this for my children. I have everything on the line right now.
So what's your take? Did you hear any of that?
She was just going off on the guy, you know, so.
Would you have bounced that guy?
No. I would have gave him exactly what he wanted.
Julia's a dumbass. She should have just tattooed her canvas, but I think her art abilities caught up to her and she couldn't provide what he wanted.
You know Aaron Kane's here, so you better take your time on a biomech piece.
Be a good idea. When I do a rib tattoo, I attack. I go after it. I do it as big and bold as I can. I know I'm a proficient, solid tattooer. I'm technically sound, and I'm gonna kick some ass today.
It's a big piece, especially on the ribs.
I always go ballistic.
Doing all right?
Sit here all day.
The ribs are a very difficult area to tattoo. I want to show off that I can do a clean, technical tattoo in a difficult skin. My rival's still here. I've been in the bottom. I feel like there's a ton of pressure right now.
Give me some thicker lines.
I'm excited to see your tattoo.
I'm excited to see yours, pal.
Thanks, buddy.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Machine's down. Time is up. No more tattooing, please.
Check it out.
Oh, the detail's unreal. That's crazy.
That's awesome.
My tattoo is so awesome. I really showed today that I deserve to be here.
What are you thinking, Julia? You sent your canvas home, you told this giant-ass dude to F off, plus, it looks like you did a cover-up on your own leg, girl. You're going home.
Today, all of you went head-to-head creating biomechanical tattoos. Don, let's start with you.
This piece, out of all the pieces we see today, is lacking the most detail.
I actually think it's kind of poorly drawn. I mean, it doesn't look like a heart, right?
I thought it looked like a heart to me.
There's some really weird shapes that don't go together. It doesn't really have a flow.
Emily.
This is a nice, clean tattoo. It's kind of a delicate approach to biomech. Two opposing images, they do have a nice flow.
This is actually one of my favorites. The softness of the two pieces coming together and the way it looks like jewelry, I think is really nice.
Thank you very much.
Josh.
Overall, it was a little bit clunky. There are these big shapes just kind of flopped in there. But definitely a biomech tattoo, has a lot of detail. It's got good elements to it.
The shading that you did in all of your big pieces looks great. Technically, the thing's really nice.
Chris.
The overall feel of this tattoo is a little confusing.
There's too much going on in that small of an area. If the scale was bigger, you would have been more successful. I think there's a little bit too much detail in this one.
Jason.
There's a couple of really strong tricks in here. Using opposing contrasting colors. It's like bang, bang. That makes it dynamic immediately.
Eric.
My favorite part of this tattoo is the readability. The composition is really strong. You got the biomech elements just right. The contrast you got from the monochromatic background and then those red elements in the foreground really gives it a punch. Overall, good work.
Thank you.
Aaron.
As far as the detail, I do like how the gears are in here. The thing I don't like about it is how overall dark the whole tattoo.
A lot of times when people come up and say thank you, but to me, I always tell them that, the thanks is not needed. This is something that I love to do. But it just makes you feel that much better about this job and what you're doing when, someone comes up and just appreciates everything that you do, that you're willing to go out there and put yourself in dangerous situations to keep everybody safe.
They're coming behind 405, I'll call it.
Right now we got 2 officers in pursuit of a stolen motorcycle. He evaded earlier today and the officer just located him. Right now they're headed towards Slaughter, doing about 90 miles an hour.
We're doing about 70.
Your incident has been ended.
Who's calling us for Steve? So I lost him in traffic. He's still eastbound. We're approaching 35 somewhere.
Your incident has been ended.
Terminating pursuit. Terminated.
All right.
We're parked in traffic. I'm going to check now for
Rank 47, he just blew past me, 47490. If we're going to continue on behind him, we're still going eastbound on Slaughter, past 35. All right, we're coming around that bend near the school, and we should be coming up. It's Vertex. We are now going left, about to almost left out. He's off road, driving on the sidewalk. We are northbound on Vertex.
Here, northbound Vertex.
Still going around the turnaround. Almost broke down, and we're still going around Vertex.
There, still going around Vertex.
Thaxton. Coming up towards Lincoln Falls. Just wrecked out. Just wrecked out. Thaxton and Lum Rock.
Clear, wrecked out.
All right, he's down. T-boned another vehicle. Let's get several units here. Hey, Jay, hey, sir, come over here. Just have a seat on the sidewalk for me. Have a seat on the sidewalk, okay?